The following is a special Wayne Hills Television sports presentation.
Wayne Hills. Pascack Valley. Group 4. Semifinals. It's win or go home. Coming off a huge win against the Hackensack Comets, Wayne Hills is ready for round 2. Tonight, they take on a familiar opponent from earlier in the season, the Indians of Pascack Valley. With their undefeated record on the line, the Indians are in for a challenge tonight. It's win and you're in. Wayne Hills, PV, next.
Welcome to the North 1 Group 4 State Semifinal, where the 10-0 Indians of Pascack Valley will play host to the 6-4 Patriots of Wayne Hills. I'm Andrew Francis, and I'm pleased to be joined on the field in between each quarter with Mike DiFiore. Mike, this is a big matchup, the state semifinal, win or go home. You know, earlier in the season, Wayne Hills played Pascack Valley without Kevin Olsen. They ended up losing. You know, what does Wayne Hills need to do to win this game?
Well, like you said, Andrew, without Kevin Olsen, and that might be the biggest thing coming into this game. Kevin Olsen, you know, highly recruited, going to Miami. He is the key factor for Wayne Hills, and he can make all the throws, so that's really, really big for Wayne Hills.
You know, I think one huge key to tonight's game is the linebacking core on defense. Last time they played, the running game destroyed Wayne Hills, and these linebackers need to step up and get some tackles in the backfield for no gain. Everything to stop this.
Oh, no doubt, Andrew. The linebackers have to get a lot of penetration tonight because the defensive line is going to prevent from those offensive linemen moving upfield, so they should be able to get into the backfield. And, you know, like I said before, Andrew, Kevin Olsen, I mean, he's the key tonight. He needs to really test that Pascack Valley secondary, and if he does that, I think Wayne Hills has a chance tonight.
Also, last time they played, Christian Rodriguez, he basically had an off night. He wasn't able to run it. You know, there weren't holes for them. Tonight, he needs to have a huge game. I'm looking for 1 or 2 touchdowns from him by the end of the night. Right,
you know, and it wasn't just Christian that game, Andrew. The offensive line really needs to open up holes tonight, get on the move, and, you know, give Christian some space so he can explode.
You know, the other state semifinal matchup tonight, Roxbury is hosting Paramus. What can we see from that game?
You know, Roxbury is a great team, so is Paramus, but ever since Paramus defeated Wayne Hills, Andrew, they just have a ton of momentum, and I think Paramus is going to go to the state finals.
Yeah, that's a bold prediction. Everyone's favoring Roxbury, but we'll see what happens. And let's meet the people who are calling tonight's game, Eric Newman and Max Schwartz.
Thanks, guys. Well, Max, I was here about a month ago, and I said it was going to be the biggest game in Wayne Hills history when Wayne Hills played Pascack Valley. I said it was going to be a make-or-break game for this Wayne Hills team this season. They lost that game. I didn't think they were going to make the playoffs. They lost that game. They ended up having a great end to the season. They made the playoffs. Last week against Hackensack, they had a fantastic 35-0 win, but it was a pretty close game at halftime, 0-0. Now tonight against Pascack Valley, different team completely. The confidence of this team is way up. They're thinking a lot differently, and they're really trying to come out with a win here tonight.
Well, you saw it was a close game last time these two faced off, and now that they got Kevin Olsen back, look for this team to be a lot better than last time. And you know, this Pascack Valley team, though, they're undefeated and they've never been in this position before. They've got a strong hold on the division here. And Wayne Hills hasn't been underdogs, 8-time state champions in the past couple years, so it should be good to see how they play this role.
Yeah, it's interesting to see that in the past decade, every single time Wayne Hills has taken the field, they've thought they were going to win. Everyone thought they were going to win. They were easily the favorite to win the game. But now against Pascack Valley is the number 1 seed. Wayne Hills coming in as the number 4 seed. They're in Pascack Valley's home in the playoffs. Wayne Hills hasn't done that in a while. It's going to be interesting to see how Wayne Hills does in this role.
Well, they seem to persevere through everything, but like I said, they've never been in this situation before. You know, they've had a 5-4 regular season, which is relatively not good for the dynasty that the Wayne Hills Patriots are. And it should be interesting to see. I mean, an underdog Wayne Hills Patriots isn't something that you hear a lot.
Yeah, and this season's really been largely in part to star quarterback Kevin Olsen being injured for the whole season. And it was interesting to see when Wayne Hills played Pascack Valley the first time, Justin DeGroat really came out. He had 3 touchdown passes, and it seemed like the Pascack Valley secondary was a little bit weak. How do you think Kevin will try to exploit that tonight?
Well, they do run a pushback coverage a little bit, and they dabble between that man coverage. Look for Kevin Olsen to zip the ball in between the cornerbacks due to the fact that their safeties do go down and cover the man occasionally. Now, this should be an interesting to see if Kevin could really read offenses or defenses like he said he could.
Yeah, I mean, last time Wayne Hills played Pascack Valley, Eric Moskal had a real breakout game. He scored 2 touchdowns in that game, and it really seemed like he knew something about this defense that no one else did. He was able to get behind the corners, get behind the safeties, and really wreak havoc in the open field. What can we expect to see out of him tonight?
Well, Eric Moskal, since they do run a man coverage defense, you could see Eric Moskal really try to use his speed to burn cornerbacks and burn safeties and really get into open field and use that long stride to really help this Wayne Hills offense. But Eric, this Pascack Valley offense, they like to do those 2 short passes and then risk the deep ball. Kyle Schneider, 60% of his passes have been completed. Now that's very impressive for a kid at his age. He's been starting for 3 years, but he hasn't been in this position yet. State semifinals, what can we expect from him tonight?
Yeah, we can really expect a big game from him. He's played great all season. We really saw him play great against Wayne Hills in that first game, but he also has that huge target, Mike Momenti, to throw the ball to. This kid is an absolute beast. At the tight end position, every single time he gets the ball, it looks like he's going to make big things happen. And then on the other side of the ball on defense, he has 105 tackles this year. He's just a real monster.
Yeah, and this offensive line, they got the nose guard and the left tackle, Nick Coleman, who's a very fast kid, and you don't generally see that from an offensive lineman. He loves to go and follow the running back and make those key extra blocks, which is what an offensive lineman doesn't necessarily have to do.
Okay, Max, we'll be back to call the action. For now, let's send it back to the field with Andrew and Mike.
Thanks, guys. Mike, this is Coach Olsen's last season. This could be his last game. He's had 26 years here at Wayne Hills. He had his eldest son, Christian, then Greg, and now Kevin. This could be the end of the Olsen era. How is that going to play an impact on tonight's game?
Well, like you just said, Andrew, these players do not want to go out like this, and I think emotion will play a huge factor in tonight's game. They want to send Coach Olsen out with a bang, and I think they're going to come out, fired up.
5 years ago tonight, Wayne Hills defeated crosstown rival Wayne Valley in the state championship. Do you think, there's going to be tradition 5 years? Are they going to get a win tonight?
Andrew, I was at that game, and like I said before, that was the coldest game I've ever been to. Wayne Hills pull out a victory. I think some of those players on this field know what Wayne Hills tradition is all about, and I think we're going to see that tonight.
All right. Well, that's it for the pregame show. Mike and I will be breaking down what should be a very interesting game tonight in between each quarter. It's the North 1 Group 4 state semis. A trip to MetLife Stadium is on the line. Patriots, Indians, when we come back.
Low snap is one off. Fournier escapes the pressure, flushes down the pocket, looks deep down the field, intercepted by Wayne Hill across the 40-yard line. Near sideline. Oh! My huge block inside the 40. Sabino sliding into the 2 at the 38-yard line. Wayne Hills will take over in Valley territory with 5 minutes to go. What a block! Wow, that was done. That was incredible. It looked like it was Joe Lane, 64 on the run. We're gonna see it here. Troy comes to the side. Oh my! Oh, that is incredible. That is a block for the. Oh my God! Oh my! Oh my God! I don't know how to describe it. But like we said, a turnover would be big. Look! Oh my God! What a hit! It hit. Boom! It was Joe Lane. Joe Lane on the hit. Oh wow! The hockey teammates making it happen. Hand up the middle. There's a hole into the secondary. 10, 5, touchdown! Wayne Hill piling it on, and it's down 20-10.
And it's a cool night here in Hillsdale, New Jersey, where Pascack Valley Indians again set to face off against the Wayne Hills Patriots. Max, what can we expect to see tonight?
You know, like we talked about earlier, it's going to be a battle of the offensive line and the quarterbacks. We've got two quarterbacks who've been receiving offers from numerous amounts of colleges. Obviously, Kevin Olsen has made his decision to go to Miami. Kyle Schneider completed 60% of his passes so far. He's been awesome, but never been in this position. State semifinals, he's been starting for 3 years, and he's really feeling the pressure here tonight. We'll see how he reacts under it.
Yeah, both teams have the benefit of having fantastic quarterbacks under center, and they've really Pascack Valley's been led all season by Kyle Schneider. He's really been playing great. He's been starting since a sophomore, and another quarterback's been starting since he was a sophomore, Kevin Olsen. Although he hasn't really been able to play much this season, he's coming here tonight and expect a big impact from him in this game.
This is probably the most high-tension high school football game I've been to in my entire life.
And the game is underway. And it's going to be a touchback. Pascack Valley is going to start off the 20-yard line here.
Now a good start for Hills, getting the ball field position where the defense can make a good play here. And this defensive line needs to come up big like they have all game, led by Chris Lohman, Rob Levine, Justin Hogan. They have a great defensive line. Coach Olsen has really paid a lot of attention to them in practice, and they really want them to beat this. Nick Coleman on Pascack Valley, he loves to drop forward and follow the run all the way to the first down, so look for that.
Yeah, let's see what happens here as the first play of the game is getting set to get underway. Schneider's under center. He's got a man in motion. Handoff up the middle to Garcia, and this defensive line just takes him down. Great play by this Wayne Hills defense.
Chris Garcia, he's been great, averaging 200 yards per game here, and last game he ran all over Wayne Hills, he ran all over Ramapo, and every team he's played really, and it's really good to, really kill his momentum early for this Wayne Hills Patriots team. You kill his momentum, and this game's 90% emotional.
Yeah, Connor Michelle did a great job there, really breaking through the line and taking Garcia down. But let's see what happens here. And another run, and this Wayne Hills defensive line swallows it up again.
Keep them to 1, 2, 3 yard gains. That's what they need all night. Really isolate them and use this great pass coverage, who's really been led by Nick Falzerano and Steve Pasterla in that zone coverage that Coach Demikoff really loves to run.
Yeah, we got third down coming up here for this Pascack Valley team. This is going to be a big play. If Pascack Valley doesn't convert, they're going to have to punt the ball back to Wayne Hills, and Wayne Hills will look to start off the game with a good drive.
It's a very tense atmosphere here. Both teams looking to really just get a feel for each other because they're two different teams since they last met, and, look for them to go deep here.
Play action. Schneider's going to air it out, and he just overthrows the receiver, number 7, Kevin Illian, and it's going to be fourth down, a 3-and-out for this Pascack Valley offense.
That's a sigh of relief for this Wayne Hills Patriots team. Everybody's excited here, and this Pascack Valley defense, here's the thing about Pascack Valley. They didn't have much tape to really study Kevin Olsen since he's been injured all year, and they're in for a treat here tonight.
Yeah, definitely. Kevin Olsen's really a fantastic player, and he's going to do some big things tonight. And now here's the punt. Schiller takes it, looking for room on the outside, but taken down at about the 48-yard line.
And now they're going to really give this Pascack Valley fan base is really going to give Kevin Olsen the pressure here. He knows how to respond to it. He's won 2 state championships. He's been the real deal, and he's going to Miami right now. We're going to see how he handles the pressure here. He wants to go out on top, and this drive is what starts it off.
Yeah, it's been a real pleasure to watch Kevin Olsen play throughout his high school career. Now it's really the end of it here, second to last game if they win this game, last game if they lose, and he's really going to try to make a big game today. But look for Wayne Hills to try to start off with a big play, big pass 30 yards down the field on this first play. And here's a handoff up the middle to Rodriguez, and this Pascack Valley team just takes him down in the backfield.
What a play by Bobby Colhan, really breaking through that Wayne Hills offensive line. I said it's going to be a battle up front. These two offensive line have really battled each other well. They've taken down each opponent. They have both players on the line playing two ways, and it should be good right now because the battle in front is what's going to decide those little gains, and they all add up, ending to decide the game.
Yeah, this Pascack Valley team really likes to stack the box and make it hard to run it up the middle. Let's see how Wayne Hills tries to adjust to that.
Flag on the play. What do you think the call there was, Eric?
I think I saw a defensive lineman jump. It's going to be a neutral zone infraction.
Now, Eric, This is high school football, and this is probably the most tense, loud arena in this Pascack Valley. Everybody's here, everybody's filed in, everybody's on their feet, and it's great to see.
Yeah, we really see this Pascack Valley crowd. You cannot find a seat. If you just got to the game right now, you're out of luck because those seats are packed, and also on the Wayne Hill side. But we see Rodriguez getting to the outside, and it looks like he's just short of a first down there.
They're going to look to punch it in here. And now, if you're the Wayne Hills Patriots, you got a little bit to go. What are you going to do here?
It doesn't look like it's going to matter because they're moving the chains. It's going to be first down for Wayne Hills. Big play there.
Oh, yeah, that was a great play there by Rodriguez, really following his blockers, going to the outside. You usually see him running the ball up the gut, and they have Schiller to go to the outside. That was a good play. But when are we going to see Kevin Olsen really air the ball out?
Yeah, this Wayne Hills team's really started off the game running heavy. I think they're going to try to go with a play action here, throw it deep to Eric Moskal. Here's the handoff up the middle to Rodriguez, piling through a couple guys, picks up about 2 yards on the run there. It's going to be a 2nd and 8 coming up here.
2nd and 8 for the Patriots. Again, they need to. I think that they need to really get Kevin loose, get his arm going, and get these receivers going because, like we said, Pascack Valley, they favor that blitz defense. They run a multiple set defense, a pushback coverage, and man coverage. With the speed from these Wayne Hills Patriots wide receivers, if they can beat that one cornerback, they're in the clear.
Yeah, Pascack Valley really just tries to force the other team to pass the ball, and I find it a little bit surprising how Wayne Hills hasn't taken advantage of that and tried to throw the ball deep yet. And now Moskal's in motion. Olsen shuffles out to the outside, pitches it to Rodriguez, and he's trying to find room to the outside, but he is just unable to. Looks like he lost about a yard there.
It was a good job, though, by Rodriguez really scrambling around. That could have been a loss of more. The swarm tackle there, that's the advantage of, like you said, the box that this PV Indians defense runs, and it seems to be working for them all year. They're 10-0.
And it's interesting on that play. We saw Kevin Olsen kind of shuffle out to the outside. It's almost the most movement we've seen from him since he's come back from that foot injury.
Yeah, I mean, there's some plays against Hackensack. You saw his foot was a little shaky after the play, and that's the last thing you want. Right now, you got to leave it all on the field, though. I think he's going to push it through and look to see him air it out early in the game. It's good to see him get his feet wet, take the training wheels off, and really air the ball out.
Yeah, he definitely has to be feeling better than he did against Hackensack because he's had 2 more weeks to rest and prepare for this game. And now we see Olsen under center again, play action actually, and he's going to go deep to Moskal. The ball's in the air, and he's just unable to catch it. But that was a big play opportunity there. The whole Wayne Hills crowd stood up. They were excited and unable to connect to the wide receiver there.
Eric Moskal, like I said, he beat the cornerback there, just a little overthrown by Olsen and a couple inches back, and that could have been a Wayne Hills touchdown. But they're going to have to punt the ball off. It's good, though. They've really gotten a vibe for this Pascack Valley defense, and it should be an interesting game. Both teams really know each other now, and, we'll see from here who could take advantage of the first mistake.
Yeah, Kevin Ilian back to return the punt here, and Eric Moskal's really going to try to set it down within the 5-yard line here. Ball's in the air. And a great play there by Craig Kuhnlein on special teams to keep the ball out of the end zone. And now it's going to be terrible field position coming up here for Pascack Valley.
Well, Craig Kuhnlein has really been this special teams hero. As you saw against Hackensack, he pulled down I think it was Wimberly on the 1-yard line really set up a touchdown for Wayne Hills after a fumble. And, Craig Kuhnlein, you see those backups, they don't really get much chance to shine on offense or defense. They like to take advantage of those plays that they get in special teams.
Yeah, he's a real high-energy player, and that might have been the biggest play in that Hackensack game. That was the play that turned the game around. Pinning Hackensack within their own 5-yard line really changed the game. And now this Wayne Hills defensive line swarms around the running back, taking him down for a gain of virtually nothing there.
Now imagine this. With this line here, you like to see Nick Coleman versus Christopher Lohman. Chris Lohman, he's been vicious. He's been all over every offensive line he's played. I mean, the man's an animal. And Coleman has really sustained and isolated every good lineman that he's faced off against. Like against Ramapo, they put multiple different defensive linemen on him. He contained each and every one of them, and it should be a good battle. Everybody here wants to see a good offensive line, defensive line battle.
Yeah, there's a reason they call Chris Lohman the Gator. He's a real animal back there in the defensive line.
And he's from Florida.
There's the run up the middle again, and this Wayne Hills defensive line takes down the running back again for a very small gain.
Now Wayne Hills is looking to really, if they could keep a 3 and out from this field position right now, that would be huge. They set up Olsen. Kevin Olsen likes to do that whole short game thing where they run the short pass and then the little runs to the outside with Christian Rodriguez, and that could give them 7 points real quick.
I don't know any quarterbacks who don't like to have a great field position, Max. But we've seen this Wayne Hills defense coming out hot today, really stopping this Pascack Valley offense. They haven't been able to do anything today. And now another run, and it's taken down again, and it's going to be 4th down within their own 5-yard line coming up here.
Valzerano, he blitzes and he follows Justin Hogan, who really takes out the offensive lineman there. Justin Hogan really making a great play, and Valzerano comes in and makes the execution.
Yeah, now 5 minutes and 30 seconds left. What have we really seen in this game so far? Pascack Valley, they've had 2 straight 3-and-outs. We saw the Wayne Hills offense get the ball, but they weren't really able to do much with it.
It's been a tug of war back and forth right here. Offense versus defense. Each team's trying to feel each other out right now, and we'll see what goes on.
And a beautiful punt there. Schiller set to return it. He's looking for room to the outside and gets to about the 40-yard line there.
Now Wayne Hills with some decent field position here with 5 minutes left. Look for them to go. Do you think that they're going to go for a run here or a couple passes?
Well, we saw them on the last play of that last drive. Kevin Olsen tried to air it out deep to Eric Moskal, and if he caught that ball, it would have been a huge play in this game. I think you can expect to see Wayne Hills try to air it out again, try to make a big play happen in this first quarter with 5 minutes, 12 seconds left.
You got to leave it all on the field here. This is probably the most tense atmosphere we've seen in a while. And here comes the Patriots really setting up for a good drive here.
And now the handoff to Rodriguez, following his blockers, picks up about 4 on the carry there.
They're both running backs, as you see. Christian Rodriguez doesn't really tend to have a huge gain early in the game. He's trying to really look for tendencies in each defense, see what they do wrong, see what they do right, and they're going to try to get each player ready, each player, execute what they scouted here, and hopefully for the Patriots it could come into fruition.
Yeah, 2nd and 8 coming up here, 4 minutes, 40 seconds left. And you're right, Christian Rodriguez really does a good job of studying the other defense and knowing where the holes are going to be. And now we see Olsen in the shotgun, play action to Schiller, pitches it to Rodriguez, and Pascack Valley takes him down for a loss of about 5 there.
Really swarming through. What a play. Bobby Colhan, he's 5'11", 170 pounds, but he's made his presence felt here tonight, really swarming through this Wayne Hills offensive line, and that's where they've had their trouble. You see the games that Wayne Hills lost against St. Joe's, offensive line trouble. Lost against Valley, offensive line trouble. It's been offensive line trouble all season long, but Bobby Colhan able to take advantage there.
Yeah, Bobby Colhan's really been making a difference in this game. And we've seen Christian Rodriguez not really able to do much when he gets the ball because as soon as he touches it, there's 3-4 defensive linemen coming right at him. And now 3rd and 14 coming up here. Olsen drops back, looking to pass. He's going to scramble. He's going to take it himself, looking for extra yards. Picks up about 6 there.
You see an unprecedented silence here amongst the Wayne Hills Patriots bleachers, because if you remember against Northern Highlands, that's how Kevin Olsen originally injured that foot. So, it was scary here. You don't want to see your quarterback get taken down. Now they're forced at a 3 and out, and it's been a bad offensive drive so far for the Wayne Hills Patriots.
On the other hand, I think it's a good sign to see Kevin Olsen running the ball. It shows that he has mobility. It seems like he's fully recovered from that foot injury, and it's kind of a good sign as long as he makes sure he doesn't get injured again. And now Eric Moskal getting ready to punt again. And Ilian ready to return it, and really not able to get any yards there.
Look for Pascack Valley to really execute something right here. Kyle Schneider, he likes to do this thing where Coach Nielsen actually is the offensive coordinator for this team. He does this thing where he does 2 short passes and then goes for the deep ball. He likes to really get his team going. He likes to get the momentum so they have that confidence to throw the deep ball. And, it's really been working out. As you see, they're 10-0.
Yeah, with 3 minutes left in this first quarter, we've seen this Pascack Valley offense get the ball twice and both times go 3 and out. And that's really something you don't see. That speaks volumes about this Wayne Hills defense. They came here prepared and ready to play. And let's see what Pascack Valley does here on this drive. Play action, Schneider going deep. Ball's in the air.
Nearly intercepted there by Preston Quinn. What a play, really reading. He gets his jump on. really excels himself into the air, puts that fist up, and swats the ball down. That was a great play.
Yeah, he wasn't fooled at all by that play action. He stuck with his man all the way and really made a great play on the ball there. Now 2nd and 10 coming up from the Pascack Valley's own 14-yard line with 2 minutes, 51 seconds left in the first quarter. And what do you think's been the struggle with this offense so far in this game?
PV, they really haven't been able to get that first completion of the game, and that's been their struggle. Kyle Schneider's really a guy who thrives off of his receivers, and they really haven't, as you see, that's the first completion of the game for them.
Yeah, gets the ball to his favorite receiver there, Kevin Illian, picks up about 3 yards on the reception there.
That was a good play there. Just a short little pass to get him going, and Kevin Illian makes a great reception. He's able to gain extra yards after that reception, and a great job all around by the tight end, really sustaining the DN so he couldn't cover that low C gap and make the play for a loss of yards.
Yeah, 3rd and 3 coming up here, and Wayne Hill's going to look to stop this Pascack Valley offense for a 3rd straight 3 and out.
If they could get a 3rd straight 3 and out, then they're going to have to capitalize on offense, because sooner or later, something lucky is going to happen for one of these teams.
Now here's another play action. Schneider gets the ball to his man, and it's going to be close here.
Now, it's 4th down, and if you're Pascack Valley, are you going to go for it, or are you going to punt the ball away?
Well, it looks like they're going to say it's a first down for the Indians. So they're moving the chains. 1st and 10 coming up for Pascack Valley, and that saved their coach a real big decision, because on 4th and short, he really would have had to think about going for it there.
That's a disappointment for this Wayne Hills defense. They really struggled to keep them back, and they made a good play at the end. But unfortunately for this Wayne Hills defense, Garcia, I think it was, made the great play.
And there's a handoff up the middle. A big run here for Pascack Valley in the Wayne Hills territory. Number 37, Jimmy Butler on the carry. A great play there.
The fullback, Jimmy Butler. And like I said, they have 3 different people that they like to run with. They've got size, speed, power, and agility. And, right now they use that power to gain a lot of yardage. He's blocking through that whole center gap, that whole A gap for the Wayne Hills Patriots defensive line.
Yeah, Pascack Valley really likes to feature Jimmy Butler in this great running game alongside Chris Garcia, and they're really a two-headed monster that picks up yards like it's their job. And now we see Garcia in the backfield. Schneider's going to drop back. He's going to go deep. The ball's in the air, and he just overthrows number 10, Nick Soravia, by just a tad there.
Fingertips away there from a Pascack Valley. Huge gain into the red zone, and a sigh of relief coming from this Wayne Hills sidelines. Really happy that wasn't caught. That could have been a near play, and Pascack Valley, that's what they've been looking for all game. Kyle Schneider has not been afraid to throw that deep ball.
Yeah, if Nick Soravia caught that one, he probably would have gone into the end zone and would have broken this game open, put his team on the board 6-0. But luckily for this Wayne Hills defense, he was not able to do that. And now 59 seconds left in the first quarter. It is 0-0, something that you don't see very often between these two high-powered offenses.
No, not at all. But the defense have really been able to counteract the high, reputation of each offense.
And Garcia with the run, picking up big yards there. Gets about 9 yards there on the run.
That was a huge run there for Garcia. And now 48 seconds left to go in this first quarter. And Pascack Valley's finally getting that little burst of energy that they needed. And if you're Hills, how are you going to react to this?
Yeah, well, we saw this Wayne Hills defense playing great earlier on in the game, but now we see this Pascack Valley offense moving the ball however they want to, and Wayne Hills really needs to figure out something to do. Maybe blitz a little bit harder, try to do something, because this Pascack Valley offense is moving the ball easily.
Well, they've really been it looks like they've been over-scouting this Kyle Schneider quarterback, because they might have underestimated the 3 running backs that this team has. They've been running the ball all over Wayne Hills, and they really need to really make a huge play. Rob Levine needs to step up. Justin Hogan, one of those guys, and they're known to have one of the most fierce, intimidating defensive lines in North 1 Group 3, and it should be a killer. Yeah.
North 1 Group 4, Max. But this Wayne Hills defensive line's really been spectacular all season. They've been busting through the offensive lines of other teams all season long, and now we see that early in the game that they were doing that, but now on this drive, Pascack Valley's their offensive line's been doing a great job in containing him, and Schneider's been doing a great job moving the ball down the field. Garcia with the runs, and Jimmy Butler as well.
Wayne Hills, like I said, it's 90% mental, getting inside each other's heads. And it seems like Hills has been getting down on themselves. But that should not be the case. It's only the ball's only on the 40-yard line. They could still make a huge play here and stop something from happening.
Yeah, if Wayne Hills steps up here, doesn't allow Pascack Valley to move the ball much more, then they'll keep them out of field goal range and they'll have to punt the ball.
Yeah, that would be huge here. They need a stop right now. They need a loss of yards right now and really propel their defense.
And there's the handoff up the middle, and it looks like it'll be enough to get a first down and more. A big run there for Pascack Valley. Number 18, Kyle Zank, he gets into the red zone. A big run. He carried men for about 15 yards there.
When you thought he was down, he got back up and kept going. He put his hand down on the ground, pushed himself up, broke 2 to 3 tackles, a huge gain, puts PV in the red zone, and this is just what they needed.
Yeah, the Pascack Valley crowd is going crazy, and that was a really great first quarter, but that's the end of the first quarter with the score 0-0. Now let's send it to the field. Andrew and Mike, take it away, guys.
Thanks, Eric. Mike, up until that last drive for Pascack Valley, this has been a game of defense. A pretty conservative game by both offenses also. What do you think is going to have to change for any team to get points on the board?
Yeah, Andrew, tough defenses, cold weather game, that could play a factor. But now as we see Pascack Valley starting to move the ball here, their offensive line's getting out in space, blocking for the running backs, and Pascack Valley has a chance for some points here. I think we could see the scoreboard light up.
I think Wayne Hills had maybe 3 pass plays on that set of drives. Do you think they're going to go with the pass more?
I think so because, Pascack Valley, you could see them creeping up towards the line of scrimmage, so I think we're going to pass more.
All right, well, back to you, Eric, for the second quarter.
Thanks, guys. And we're back with the second quarter here, 0-0. Schneider hands it off up the middle to Garcia. He picks up about 6 yards on the run there.
Now, red zone time for PV, and let's see how they react to it. Wayne Hills, they haven't been very good in red zone defense. So it's going to be a tough situation here. They need to come up with a turnover and not on downs.
Yeah, this Wayne Hills defense is really going to have to step up in the red zone. They've been playing great all game up until this drive. We've seen Pascack Valley moving the ball with great ease. We saw big runs by Jimmy Butler and Kyle Zank that really propelled them to get into the red zone. Let's see what happens here. And Garcia trying to get to the outside, cuts back, looking for room, but unable to pick up many yards there.
Chris Lohman dove for his life there to grab Chris Garcia's legs and saved them for perhaps a 7-0 lead here. Wayne Hills needs to step up here and create either a loss of yard or a big play or something to really just kickstart this defense and, make something happen.
Yeah, it's going to be, looks like 4th down for this Pascack Valley team. That's what it says on the board, but I'm not quite sure about that. And they're going to try to go for it here. They got Kyle Zank in the backfield. Wayne Hills stacking the box. Looks like they're putting 11 guys in there. Handoff up the middle to Zank, and Wayne Hills stops him right there. A big play for this Wayne Hills defense. Max, you seem excited.
No, it's just in the absence of Mike Caggiano. He's pretty excited right now. But, no, it's a Wayne Hills ball. That was a huge play for their defense. No, it says that the second down for this Pascack Valley team. And now they're in great position right now. This is exactly what they need. They need to keep running the ball up the gut, and for them, they could get a 7-point lead.
Yeah, 2nd down and about 5 coming up here for this Pascack Valley team. Fake handoff, end around to the outside. Wayne Hills defense tries to stop him, and good run there by number 24, Mike Began.
Great play, really mixing things up. Everybody in the crowd and on the field thought that they were running that one up the gut until we saw a big 24 kind of swoop around with the speed, and Pasterla, I think, was the first person to notice this and ran over to the sideline and made the great tackle.
Yeah, it's going to be a 3rd down and 3 to go for this Pascack Valley team, and they're really going to try to punch it in the end zone here. And a fantastic play there by Pascack Valley. They handed it off to the running back. He jumped up and threw it into the end zone. Some trickery here, and Wayne Hills is stunned. 6-0 Pascack Valley.
That almost looked like a basketball slam dunk there. Nobody knew what happened. You know, you kind of see, you're expecting the run. Everybody blitzes in. You ditch the pass block. He's open right there. Jumps up. What a play by this Pascack Valley offense, and they're up 6-0.
This Wayne Hills crowd is absolutely stunned as we see Pascack Valley. The extra point is good there to make it 7-0 with 9 minutes, 30 seconds in the second quarter. But that play is a little reminiscent of Tim Tebow in his Florida days where he'd get the ball on the goal line, jump up and make a pass like that. Great play call by Pascack Valley.
Yeah, you know, they've got Coach Nielsen, who's had college experience at Rutgers defensive end. He played Division I college football. He knows what he's doing, and he's been coaching for 27 years. And he's never been in this situation before.
Yeah, and he's had that play in his back pocket all season. He knew when he gets to the state semis against a great team like Wayne Hills, he's going to have to bust out all the great plays. And we saw there he busted out that one-trick play to make the score 7-0, and I am absolutely stunned. That was one of the greater plays I've seen all season.
Do you think they practiced that one in practice, or was it just something in the playbook that they just pulled out of their sleeve?
Oh, no, that has to be something they've been practicing since day one. That's something they knew that they were going to use in a big game like this one. And if they advance to the state championship, don't be surprised if they bust out that exact same play against whoever they play in that game. That play is just a play that you can never account for as a defense. When the ball's handed off, you don't expect the running back to throw the ball.
Sort of LT-like.
And a short kick there, returned by Moskal. Just trying to get to the outside. Find some room, and it's taken down at about the 35-yard line.
Great job returning the ball there by Eric Moskal. He found an open space, using his speed to get there, following their blockers. Wayne Hills needs to answer right here. It is desperate for them to get a first down here and, you know, just keep getting those big gains and tie the game up at 7.
Yeah, we saw Pascack Valley do a great job driving the ball down the field on that last drive. Wayne Hills really needs to come onto the field here and respond. Kevin Olsen knows what he needs to do with 9 minutes, 25 seconds left in the second quarter, down 7-0. This Wayne Hills team has done a great job all season coming back. I expect more of the same from them here on this drive. And there's a play action. Olsen's going to go deep. The ball's in the air to Moskal, and it is just dropped. It was so close to being a catch, but it's going to be 2nd and 10 coming up here for this Wayne Hills offense.
He had possession but couldn't come down with it. That was a great throw by Olsen, and also a great jump there by Moskal trying to retrieve it. You know, they put double coverage on Moskal because I guess they noticed the speed that he has, because they do that man coverage. Safety picks up Moskal and makes the good play of taking him down right before he can make that huge reception.
Yeah, it looked like that ball was in Moskal's hands. He was going to come down with it, but then the cornerback for this Pascack Valley team made a great play on the ball and was able to knock the ball away. And now here's a pass again for Olsen. He's going to throw it up to Schiller, and he's going to catch the ball, but it looks like he was out of bounds. And that's what the ref's going to say. He was just out of bounds. It's going to be 3rd and 10 coming up for this Wayne Hills team, and they're going to have to pass again for a 3rd straight play.
Yeah, that was a beautiful pass and a beautiful catch, but out of bounds. And, you know, they've got to just keep going here, keep going at this accelerating rate that they've been going at, get a completion here, get this first down, and roll from there.
Yeah, it's an interesting thing to see from this Wayne Hills offense. 2 straight pass plays on 1st and 2nd down. You generally see them a run team on 1st and 2nd down, but they're really trusting Kevin Olsen to make big throws, and he really made great passes, but the wide receiver was unable to come down with them in bounds. Olsen drops back again. He's going to roll out, directing his man. He's going to throw it, and it's caught. First down, Wayne Hills. Big play there, Max.
Yeah, great job keeping his feet in bounds and getting the first down. Robbie Schiller, they put him at wideout. They tried it out in the 4th quarter when they had that big lead against Hackensack, and it really worked. Now they have the advantage of having Rodriguez and Schiller both available to pursue some great offensive plays.
Yeah, we saw Schiller against Hackensack have that big first touchdown of the game, about a 45-yard reception that really made the game Wayne Hills' game to win. And we saw him get the huge reception there on 3rd and 10. Great pass by Kevin Olsen. It seemed like he rolled out and really directed Schiller where to go to help him out pick up the first down with 9 minutes and 4 seconds left here in the second quarter. Now here's a handoff to Rodriguez. And again, this Pascack Valley team not allowing Wayne Hills to do anything in the run game.
Now, I don't understand why you run the ball there if the pass has been working a lot better than the run. You know, they've been shut down every time again on the run. When you watch Pascack Valley football, they're a run block team because of the fact that Coach Nielsen, you know, he was a defensive end, Division I defensive end, and he loves really blitzing those players, having that linebacker to support the run game, and it's been working out for them.
Yeah, it's been interesting to see. But now Kevin Olsen with the play action. He's being pursued. He's rolling out looking for a man, and he throws it, and it is just incomplete. But Kevin Olsen putting on the afterburners, getting past Mike Momenti, and there's a little bit of talking back and forth between Momenti and Olsen there.
Now, you know, it's cool to see them go back and forth. Olsen likes to chit-chat. That was a close play there. Almost came down with it. Great job by Olsen using that All-American speed to scramble into the pocket, but couldn't come down with it.
Yeah, that was interesting to see. Momenti had the angle, had a clear shot at Kevin Olsen, and even on that injured foot that he's been recovering from, he was able to really run away. I think it's safe to say he's at full health right now. He's ready to play in this big game. 3rd and 9 coming up here with 8 minutes, 22 seconds to go. Olsen drops back. He's going to throw it to the outside, but it's going to be incomplete. 4th and 9 coming up here.
4th and 9 here, and the Patriots are in a bad position. One failed drive after a touchdown from PV, and they got to get the ball deep here. It's a precarious situation here for this Wayne Hills defense.
Precarious. That's a big vocab word there by you, Max. But now Moskal getting set to punt the ball away, and Pascack Valley puts 2 guys back to receive this punt. Ball's in the air. They're going to call for a fair catch. And we saw in the first game between Pascack Valley and Wayne Hills, the special teams unit for Pascack Valley had a lot of troubles fielding these punts. They put the ball on the ground twice when Wayne Hills was able to recover.
Look at Chris Loman. He has a chip on his shoulder on the sideline. He's like a caged animal. He's waiting to get into this one. He wants a piece of Kyle Schneider, and you know, hopefully he could get one here for this Patriots defense.
Yeah, he's really going to look to make big plays on that defensive line, and I expect him to do so because he's done it all season long, really wreaking havoc in the backfield, and we can see a lot more of that here today.
It's a fight feel here in Hillsdale.
And there's the play action. Schneider's rolling out. Oh, it's actually a run. Tricks everyone. I have no clue where the ball was. I'm looking to the far side of the field. I'm looking to the near side of the field. I have no clue where the ball was there, Max.
Me neither, and neither did anybody. I don't think the Pascack Valley fans, we were waiting for the pass while the running was down. Like I said in the pregame, Pascack Valley, very good at executing that PA fake. They know how to do it well. They work on it with all the time in practice, and you know it really came into play there. He moves the ball away at the last second, making you think it's going to be a pass, but it was really a run. Great play there by Pascack Valley.
Yeah, at first I thought I saw a handoff that I thought was a play action, and there was actually a handoff the other way. I had no clue where the ball was the whole time, and then all of a sudden it's a first down for Pascack Valley. But Wayne Hills not allowing him to gain any yards here on the second play of the drive.
And really swarming down. You know, they're trying to Nick Coleman under center. They're all really just swarming into him, just making sure he can't make those key blocks in order to keep that run game up.
Yeah, we sacked 2nd and 9 coming up here for Pascack Valley with 7 minutes, 16 seconds left in the second quarter. They're leading this game 7-0. How do you think their mindset changes up 7-0 as opposed to their last drive when there was a tie game at 0-0?
Wayne Hills tends to get down on themselves very easy, and that's not a good thing in football. You can't really get down on yourself. You really need to keep your momentum going, and it looks like they're going to start to play with a chip on their shoulder. Coach Olsen's really trying to rally the boys here.
And now here's a handoff to Garcia. He tries to cut back, gains about 2 yards on the run there. Pretty solid run there for Garcia.
Yeah, Chris Garcia with another solid run, puts his shoulder down, getting through that line, and you know, it's really a momentum killer for this Wayne Hills team. Pascack Valley really storming through. 6:37 to go in the half, and what are we going to see from this PV team?
Yeah, it's 3rd and 6 coming up here, and it's really one of those areas where we can see anything. It could be a run, it could be a pass, and this Wayne Hills defense really needs to be ready for anything that might come.
You know, Wayne Hills really needs to get their secondary under just in case it is a pass. If they can make that big play like they have all season long, that would be huge.
And the crowd's chanting defense. There's the play action. Schneider with the pass. And it is incomplete. The coaches were waiting for the incomplete pass, and the ref signaling it as well.
He had it at first, kind of bobbled it there. You know, it's pretty intimidating when you turn around and you see Robbie Schiller, because you could tell that this PV team has really watched film. Robbie Schiller, He likes to take the body. He likes to make a big hit, and that was a huge break for Wayne Hills to get that incompletion.
Yeah, generally watching film is a good thing, but when you watch film of this Wayne Hills team, it sometimes can scare you a little bit when you see the big hits that come from this team. But now a muff punt there, and looks like Rodriguez is able to fall on top of it to retain for Wayne Hills' possession.
When you're a punt returner, you see the ball in the air. It's up in the air for probably 2 seconds, but it seems like a year. You know, your biggest fear as a punt returner is to drop the ball, and he jumped all over it and make sure nothing bad happened there.
Yeah, it seemed like he was really thinking about what he was going to do after he caught the ball and not thinking about catching the ball itself. And when you do that, it's often dangerous, and you muff the ball like we saw there.
Now we'll see here what this Patriots offense can do. Down 7, 6 to go here in the first half.
Here's the handoff to Rodriguez, looking for room on the outside. Picks up about 3 yards there.
I want to see Wayne Hills go with this aerial assault because the run game seems to not been working for them, and they're not necessarily picking it up, but this run game really has not worked for them. The defensive line has been all over Rodriguez or Schiller or whoever they're running the ball to. They need to go back to resort to that pass and see if they can have those receivers like Moskal and Hunsinger get open and make those big plays.
Well, I'd personally like to see Wayne Hills try to execute one of those pitches to the outside to Robbie Scho that's really been working all season long. When he gets the ball on the outside, he really knows what to do with it. And we see Olsen under center here, 2nd and 9, 5 minutes, 20 seconds to go. Throws it to the outside, and it looks like it's incomplete. 3rd and 9 coming up for this Wayne Hills offense.
You know, it's really discouraging. Incomplete pass after incomplete pass after short gain. And it's discouraging if you're a coach, offensive coordinator, player. They really need to get some big games to really get some ground under their feet and just get ready to really come back into this one.
Yeah, when you really don't gain many yards on 1st and 2nd down, it makes it hard to convert on 3rd down. And that's what we see here. It's going to be 3rd and 9, play action. Olsen dropping back. He spins around and throws it to really no one there.
Rob Levine looked like the intended receiver, but that didn't look. I think he was just trying to get the ball off. Now it's going to be a 4th and 9 situation. Another chance where they have to punt the ball away around the 40-yard region. And Wayne Hills, you know, another unsuccessful offensive drive, and this is another huge chance for Pascack Valley to extend their lead to 14.
Yeah, and this is similar to what we saw 2 weeks ago in the game against Hackensack. Wayne Hills coming off very slow in the first half. Maybe in the second half they'll be able to do some bigger things. But now the punt's in the air, and it looks like it's going to take a friendly Wayne Hills bounce, and it's going to be down at about the 32-yard line.
I do remember you said that they were coming off really slow in that first half of the Hackensack game, and me and Mike Caggiano both told you that they cannot do this against PV because PV will really capitalize. As you see, the score is 7-0 right now.
Yeah, luckily for this Wayne Hills offense, PV hasn't been able to score as many points as they have been all season, averaging just around 40 points per game. And this Wayne Hills team on offense really needs to pick it up, though, because they got to start scoring points, because you can't just wait to the second half to start scoring. You got to try to score in the first half.
This has been a back-and-forth battle right now. You know, PV has that one play that does matter, the Tim Tebow jumping throw over the line. Right now, what Wayne Hills needs to do is get a big stop and make a statement. They need to have Garcia lose some yards or get an interception, a fumble recovery, a safety or something, because they have no ground to stand on right now.
Yeah, and it looks like there was some form of penalty on Pascack Valley on the punt, so they're going to be moved back to the 18-yard line. And now, Schneider under center. Play action, looking for a man. And he is taken down by this Wayne Hills defense. A big sack there by number 77, Rob Levine.
Rob Levine coming up big like he always does on that end position. He uses that speed and explosiveness to, really get down, put a shoulder down. Makes a great strap to get right to Schneider.
Yeah, really great play there by Levine. It's going to be 2nd and 10 coming up with 4 minutes, 38 seconds left in the first half. 7-0 Pascack Valley. This Wayne Hills defense really looking to get the ball back to the offense before the half ends. And there's the handoff up the middle. Not really able to pick up any yards there for Pascack Valley. It's going to be 3rd and 10 coming up 4 minutes left in the first half.
3rd and 10 here. Look for Pascack Valley to go into the air because, there's only 4:09 remaining in the half, and they have a great punter. He was named one of the best in the state, and he has a long punt of 56 yards. So that gives them some room to really throw the ball deep here, just see if things could work and if they could beat this Wayne Hills secondary. They like to zip the ball through that 4-4 with Nick Falzerano as the safety.
And something we see a little interesting in this game, we haven't seen Mike Momenti get the ball yet in this game. The great tight end for this Pascack Valley team, they haven't been throwing the ball to his way. And now we see Schneider rolling out. Great pressure by the Wayne Hills defensive line. We saw Justin Hogan get to him, Nick Galizia get to him, and really Schneider unable to get the ball to anyone. It's going to be 4th and 10 coming up here.
It's very intimidating. If you see Justin Hogan running at you, you would not know he's a sophomore. He is the first sophomore to start both ways on fullback and defensive end in Wayne Hills history, and that's an incredible statistic. The man really works hard, and he's got 2 more years left here at Wayne Hills. He's been really making things happen.
Yeah, in the summer you can see him going to practice and then afterwards hitting the weight room, trying to get bigger, trying to get stronger, and it's really been paying off here. And a pretty short punt there for Pascack Valley, but it takes a friendly Pascack Valley bounce and goes down at about the 45-yard line.
Now the Patriots with 3:23 to go. Look to see them make something happen here. We haven't seen Shunky play, look for Shunky for some of those short gains to keep him going, those 5-yard gains, and then the little passes to Schiller and Rodriguez, those short passes that they have executed very well against Hackensack.
Yeah, Wayne Hills really going to look to take all the time off the clock here that's left in the first half. They want to drive the ball down slowly but surely, get the ball into the red zone, try to score a touchdown, try to tie the game up at 7.
They need a score before half if they really want to have anything momentum-wise.
And now there's the handoff up the middle, picks up about 4 yards on the carry there.
Yeah, 4 yards, but they're close here. They need to punch it in right now and then resort to the pass offense. They need it. Kevin Olsen, he's the #1 recruit in the nation. He needs to make a great pass right now and really get this Wayne Hills offense running, create some momentum, get the team back in this game because it's only a 1-touchdown game right now.
Yeah, it looks like it's going to be about a 2nd and 6 coming up for this Wayne Hills offense. 2 minutes, 50 seconds left in the first half, down 7-0, trying to drive down the field. The handoff to Rodriguez. Looks like he picks up about 5 on the carry there.
Looking close to punch it in right now, but that's not what you need. Time's winding down here in this first half. They need to air the ball out right now. And if they can't do that, then they could just punch it in for that first down. Right now, it's scoring time. It's not taking a slow drive. You got 2:26 left. With an offense like Wayne Hills, you should take advantage of the talent that you have.
I don't know if I agree with you, Max. They have 3 timeouts. They can really try to work the ball down the field, use those timeouts wisely, try to run the ball here until it gets to about the 1:31-minute mark. They can try to do what they need to do to move the ball towards the 30, 20-yard line. And now another handoff to Rodriguez, and he's going to use those legs, driving it through the line. And it looks like he's going to pick up the first down on 3rd down there.
And I think Olsen's going to call the timeout there. It's great to see Olsen really get his Coach Olsen get his team together and call the play himself. He knows what he's doing. He knows how to rally his team. He knows how to motivate the linemen, motivate the receivers. He really gets under their skin and makes them want to really do something. Now, with 1:50 to go here, they've got the first down. What are they going to do here?
They got to try to start throwing the ball. Maybe they can run it 1 or 2 more times, but then they got to try to air it out. It's going to be a 1st and 10 coming up. 1:39 left. The clock is ticking. They have the ball on the Pascack Valley 45-yard line, and they really got to try to make some big plays happen here.
Now, right here, they're calling the timeout. Coach Olsen's coming on the field. He's going to talk to his troops, really trying to rally them up and get them. They got to score a touchdown right now. They got 1 minute and 30 seconds, and it's clutch time. Wayne Hill seems to play very well under pressure, as you've seen Miracle in the Meadowlands. The year after that, the catch from Gignac. This is no different. 1:30, if this could be do or die for them. If the points add up. If they could get a good touchdown here, tie the game up, it's an even game. Momentum's equal on both sides. And Wayne Hills, they could go in 7-7 at the end of the first half.
Wow, Max. Clutch time in the second quarter. already. I mean, that's something you say for the fourth quarter time. I mean, this Wayne Hills team, it's not a make-or-break situation. I mean, they should try to score the ball here. But if they don't, they can go into halftime. It's only 7-0. They can try to make some big plays happen in the second half.
Well, I mean, I am saying that all points do add up. Right now, what Wayne Hills needs is a touchdown. And that's pretty much it. You can't settle for anything less right now. If you're Coach Olsen, you know he has aggressive personality, and he wants the touchdown.
And there's the play action. Olsen with the pass to Shunky. He's looking for room on the outside, and he's gaining extra yards. And he gets to about the 23-yard line, a 22-yard gain there for Shunky.
Who did I say was going to step up on this drive right here? Matt Shunky. What a play there. Slipping through in the pocket, really doing a great bubble screen pass. Olsen hits him on the target, and Maniac was really pressuring him there. Great pass by Olsen. Way to get the ball deep. You got 1:13 to go, and they're in good position right now.
Yeah, they also have those 2 timeouts in their back pocket that they can use whenever they need to. And with a minute left, they're going to try to score the ball soon. And there's a pitch to Schiller. He's looking for room. Picks up about 3 yards on the carry there. And the crowd's yelling for a timeout.
The crowd, they know what they're doing. They're parents of the game. They've been there around the game a while now, and they want this timeout. This has been with 48 seconds left. Do you expect them to go for one quick gain and then a field goal, or the deep ball?
They really have a lot of options here. I think now with 1 timeout left, it's good to see Coach Olsen listening to the parents in the crowd, calling the timeout like they asked for. But now, 2nd and 6 coming up, 48 seconds left. I think they're going to try to run the ball up the middle a little bit more. They have that 1 timeout left. They can also try to get out of bounds. They can do a lot of things here.
It's going to be interesting to see what they decide to do. They have many things to resort to. You're a public school, and you're given your talent. You don't get to pick like a college or a private school. Coach Olsen really breathes these players into become the animals that they are today. I mean, half these kids, they go on to play college, and Coach Olsen really helps them out right now. You're not given talent. That shows the superior coaching staff here at Wayne Hills High School.
Yeah, Coach Olsen does a great job from day one, even when they're in 8th grade, teaching them how to become great football players. They come in for freshman lifting in 8th grade at the end of the year, and they start getting big, start getting strong, start getting fast, and he really breeds them to come into this moment in the state semifinals when they're seniors. With 51 seconds left in the first half, we see Olsen under center with the pitch to the outside to Rodriguez. He's looking for room, and it looks like he might have picked up the first down there.
Smart, and he was out of bounds there. The clock is still running. 38 seconds to go. I agree. He was out of bounds. The clock should have stopped, and time's still running. Look for Hills to really hurry it up here.
And another run to Rodriguez, picks up 1 yard. The crowd is screaming for a timeout, and they get it with 23 seconds left in the first half. It's going to be a 3rd and 1 coming up with 23 seconds left and no timeouts for this Wayne Hills team. I think they need to air it out here.
I'm agreeing with you right now. They're going to look for that PA flash fade, and then they have Huntsinger running on the post. They have both guys in each direction, and with this multiple set defense, while they do right now in this situation, they'll probably use that pushback coverage. This could really come into play.
Yeah, look for Kevin Olsen to use that golden arm, try to power the ball in there to one of his great wide receivers to try and score a touchdown here with 23 seconds left in the first half. This is exciting football.
Wayne Hills has a very complex playbook, like I just said before. They have a number of routes they can run right here, but you just saw Christian Rodriguez go to the sideline, so it does look like they're going to pass here. Oh, Martinez is on the field. They're going to kick a field goal.
And that's interesting to see. The team's going to try to kick a field goal with 23 seconds left. It might be because it's 4th and 1. That's my fault there. 4th and 1 here, 23 seconds left, and they're going to try to get this field goal, try to make the game 7-3.
Martinez has been their ace kicker, and let's see if he can put 3 on the board here for him.
Yeah, it's going to be about a 33-yard kick coming up here. And the kick is up. And it is good. And the crowd is excited. It is 7-3 with 20 seconds left. Wayne Hills gets on the board for the first time in this game.
That kick was a little off. You saw Eric Martinez tilt his head. Those 3 seconds, this crowd was dead silent, and it felt like 4 years. I mean, that was a great kick there by Eric Martinez, making it 7-3 here. Wayne Hills is on the board, and they go into half with a little bit of momentum.
Yeah, we heard a few murmurs from the crowd as the ball was in the air. Oh no, it's no good. That's what they were thinking. The ball was leaning towards, going off right from the goalpost, but it just kind of sneaked right in there. And now it's 7-3. Wayne Hills is losing, but they got a little bit of momentum coming in here.
Yeah, and remember, one touchdown here for Wayne Hills. They take the lead by 3 points. Wayne Hills does have a little bit of an advantage right now if you think about it. It's not a two-possession game anymore to really take the lead.
And with 20 seconds left, Wayne Hills is going to kick the ball to this Pascack Valley team. And what can we expect from Pascack Valley? Are they going to try to score a touchdown, or are they just going to sit on the ball and let us go into halftime?
They're going to try to score a touchdown. Kyle Schneider loves to use his arm. Coach Nielsen said right now it's a do-or-die situation. He treats he risks everything, puts it all on the line. He says high risk, high reward, and he's going to go for a touchdown here.
And there's a big kick by Martinez there. It looks like the two kick returners almost collided, and Zhang's trying to pick up some extra yards, and he's taken down at about the 29-yard line.
14.6 left. Look for them to air it out. Look for a huge aerial assault here. You know, a great play by Schneider is what you're going to see here. You're going to see him put everything in there, all of his arm right now, because Coach Nielsen stresses the fact that the more you take this lead, the more out of rest it gets, and the higher momentum you get, the more you head into the state championship with.
Yeah, the winner of this game will head on to the state championship. There's 14 seconds left in the first half. It's definitely high tension, like you've been saying all game. And you see Wayne Hills putting two safeties deep because they're expecting a big pass here from Schneider. And he gets it to his receiver, Ilian. He's looking for a room, and he gets down at about the 45-yard line.
A great reception there. Look how he uses his feet to stay on balance. He looked like he was about to fall down there. He turns and makes a great juke move, really digging his cleats into the turf there, and makes an awesome play. First down here, but it doesn't really matter. 7.4. We'll see if they can air it out here for a touchdown.
Yeah, we saw Coach Nielsen doing a great job of calling the timeout as soon as Ilian hit the ground. 7 seconds left. That's enough time for one, maybe two plays if they get their first play off quickly. It's going to be interesting to see what Pascack Valley does here.
Well, they like to give Kyle Schneider his time in the pocket. Even though he doesn't need it that much, they give Schneider that time in the pocket. He roams around, uses that elusiveness and his vision to spot out that any receiver, and he puts it right in their hands. So we'll see what they can do. Wayne Hills needs to have a great secondary. They need to come big. Preston Quinn needs to come up big here, really cover Ilian here, because that's where they've had him, and that's where they've been planning on having him.
And we see Schneider in the shotgun. He's got a man in motion. He's going to drop back. He's got a short pass, but it's batted down by Rob Levine. Great play by that defensive line.
Yeah, another great play there. Rob Levine, you know, you see some drama in the jump there, really trying to get the ball down, trying to not create anything from happening, because this Wayne Hills team knows how dangerous Schneider could be. And everybody, you know, really trying to rally around right here. Let it go into half, you regroup, focus, and then they get the ball in the second half. And if they score, then they're up by 3.
Yeah, 4.8 seconds left here in the first half. That's enough time for only one play, and we see Schneider getting ready to throw a big Hail Mary coming up right now. Schneider actually going with the short pass to Ilian, trying to get some extra yards. Gets to the outside, and he's thrown out of bounds there, and that's going to wind up the half. 7-3 Pascack Valley. And that was a very interesting half of football. What did we learn from watching that half, Max?
It's back and forth right now. You know, really, both teams trying to feel each other out. It's a high-stakes situation right now. And, you know, everybody's got to rise to the occasion. Right now, it's been Pascack Valley. They've really, you know, that one play, beautiful jump over the offensive line. And, you know, awesome all-around play by this Pascack Valley offense.
But I think it's been Wayne Hills in the driver's seat this whole game. They've really had the momentum, in my opinion, for the whole game, besides that one great drive by Pascack Valley. And it really just goes to show how one great drive can diminish all the great things that a team has done. And what can we expect to see from this Wayne Hills team in the second half?
Well, both coaches are going to go into the locker room and tell their players, stick to your roots, ignore the emotions, ignore the crowd, stick to what we talked about in practice in the fill room. You know, it's going to be a tight one. This one's going to go right to the end.
Yeah, now we see Mike has Coach Goldstein on the sideline. It'll be 7-3 Pascack Valley when we come back with the start of the second half. Mike, take it away.
Hey, thanks, guys. Coach Gold, a grinded out type of first half. What did your defense do for the most part right that first half?
Defense is playing great. They've popped one play on us a few times, the trap, the inside trap. If we shore that up, we're playing very good pass defense, and it's going to be a slugfest.
And Coach, the run game, what does your offensive line need to do to help out the running backs in the second half?
Just get some guts, man. It's big on big. We got to push them back. Right now they're winning the battle up front with the line, but we'll get our guys going at halftime.
All right, thanks, Gold. All right, guys, and we'll be back here in the second half.
Monahan turns around, takes a quick peek at the clock, hands it up the middle to Lynn, who gets outside. Chaz Lynn, it's a foot race. He's at the 40, to the 30. Lynn still on the feet, and he's in. Touchdown, Wayne Hills.
Look at the clock, Lou. It reads triple zeros as Chaz Lynn plays his own version of Beat the Clock. He had to go one place, and that was into the end zone, because if he was tackled, the half was over. Chaz Lynn beats the clock.
And we're back right before the second half is about to begin. Pascack Valley is leading 7-3. Mike, what's Wayne Hills going to have to do to finally get this running game going?
Andrew, the running game has to get going. It's all on the offensive line. The offensive line has to open up holes for the running backs, and the running backs have to hit the holes. It's a team process. It's a team game, and they have to win it as a team tonight.
Coach Goldie at halftime said the offensive linemen, they just need guts. I talked to Dan Wilcox during school. He said he was fired up and ready for this game. I see him coming out the second half and really opening up some holes for the running game.
Right, Andrew. The defensive front is giving Wayne Hills some trouble right now, but again, over the years with Coach Olsen, we've seen halftime adjustments. So I think we're going to see some changes this half.
Defensively, Hills playing fantastically. What's Pascack Valley going to do to try to get more points on the board and try to put this game away?
They tried running the ball, which was working somewhat in the first half, but that can't work for 4 quarters against Wayne Hills, so I think we'll see Pascack try to air it out.
All right, back up to you, Eric.
And we're back with second half action. Pascack Valley's up 7-3 as we start this second half, and Wayne Hill's going to look to receive the ball, try to get a big first drive here to start off the second half.
It's a fight feel atmosphere right now. Both crowds really electric right now. It's 7-3. Hills really needs to capitalize right now. If they could get a touchdown here on this drive, then they'll be up 10-7, and it would be huge for them.
Yeah, and as the kick was about to start, it looks like the refs were talking to some of the Pascack Valley players, so they're going to try to redo that kick.
Wayne Hills needs a good return right here.
Yeah, Schiller and Rodriguez, they're back, and they really wreak havoc on kick returns. There's a short kick. Rodriguez fields it at about the 12. Gets to about the 25 there.
Now, let's see what Wayne Hills can do on this drive. They haven't been able to capitalize very much, except for that play, as you saw in the end of the second half.
Yeah, they did a great job on that last drive of the second half to move the ball down the field, to set up Eric Martinez for that great field goal to make the game 7-3. But now they got to try to replicate that success that they had on that drive, try to move the ball down the field and try to score a touchdown.
It seems as if, Kevin Olsen performs his best in one of these high-stakes situations. But right now, he's got to calm down and look to his receivers.
And there's a handoff to Rodriguez. He makes a few moves, picks up about 2 yards on the carry there.
You got to have faith in this Wayne Hills offensive line because they always seem to bounce back. No matter how bad that first half was, I guarantee you Coach Olsen had some not very friendly words with them and really try to get under their skin and motivate them to perform in the second half.
I don't know if it was necessarily the offensive line being bad in the first half as much as it was this Pascack Valley defensive line being great in that first half. They were really bringing the pressure every single play, bringing 6 guys, 7 guys on the blitz to try to take down these running backs. And I think you can expect more of the same here in the second half. And Olsen drops back. He's going to roll out. Throws it up for Moskal, and it is caught. A great play there by Moskal to really find the ball in the air, make his man get right by him. He jumps up, makes the catch, and now it's going to be a first down for Wayne Hills.
Now that's the Wayne Hills offense that we all know. Everybody's really fired up. They got their momentum. Coach Olsen definitely had some words to say to this team right here. Really got under Moskal's skin. He makes that huge play, and let's face it, reality might have set in for Moskal. This could be his last game in Patriots colors.
Yeah, that really has to be part of the mindset for a senior. They need to think about this could be their last game if they lose. As you see Rodriguez jumping over the pile, picking up about 4 yards there on the carry.
Rodriguez, he individually, his vision is what helps this offense so much. His vision plus his reaction, the hands-eye coordination that he has, you know, he'd be able to turn, stop, and juke on the nick of a dime, and that's what gets in those extra yards.
Yeah, we got 2nd and 6 coming up with 10 minutes, 30 seconds left here in the third quarter. We got the I formation for Wayne Hills. Olsen under center with the handoff to Rodriguez again, and he powers through a couple guys, makes them miss, picks up 4 yards again. It's going to be 3rd and short coming up for Wayne Hills.
Usually, you know, in the first half we saw the run game get shut down. Rodriguez really breaking through the defensive line there. Now, Eric, what do you think Coach Olsen said to really propel this run game that we saw so far?
24 minutes. He told them, you guys have 24 minutes for the rest of your lives. This game is going to make or break their high school football career. If they win this game, they will move on to the state championship. And if they lose, they're going home and they will never play high school football again for these seniors. And I think that really set in here as we see Rodriguez taking the ball up the middle, but it looks like he was short of the first down there.
Rodriguez and all these seniors, they've really, you know, most of these guys started last year, so they just love playing high school football, and it's hard to leave a sport, you know, you really love. You grow up around Wayne football, whether it's in the elementary levels, middle school, high school, you know, and it's hard to leave for them right now. So they're really going to keep it going and try to go out on top and win a state championship here.
Yeah, and there's a 4th and 1 coming up here, and it looks like Wayne Hills is going to go for it, and I think that's a good decision, Max.
Yeah, I mean, do you think that if you're Wayne Hills right now, are you going to pass the ball or are you going to run it? Because they haven't been so great in punching the ball in with Rodriguez on that run game, yet those 1-2 completion passes that they have been running have worked out well for them.
Well, it looks like they have the 3 running back formation, so they always love to run when that happens. But it was a timeout, by Wayne Hills, and I find that to be a little interesting of a call because they only have 3 timeouts here in the second half, and it's not a good idea to burn them early in the third quarter.
Yes, that is a very questionable call, to say the least. You know, last game, like you said, they burned out the timeouts in the third quarter, and they had Justin DeGroat as their quarterback. Right now, Wayne Hills, they can't be burning timeouts. They might need those later in the game.
Yeah, we saw last time Wayne Hills played Pascack Valley, it really came down to the end of the game. Wayne Hills didn't have any timeouts to stop the clock, and it could be the same situation here. If this game's close, coming down the stretch, if Pascack Valley has the ball and Wayne Hills is low on timeouts, that could be the deciding factor in this game.
Yeah, Eric, I mean, right now, this is a 4th down play. Wayne Hills hasn't been very good in 4th down conversions here or against Hackensack. Like you saw, they really haven't stepped up their game on 4th down. And right now, they have some decent field position. So if they do give up the ball, it's not the end of the world, but they need to convert here in order to score and really even out this game, because Pascack Valley loves to convert on turnovers.
And there's the handoff to Shunky. He jumps over the pile, and it looks like he might have gotten it there.
That looked like a first down, and he flipped. He looked like a rag doll. I mean, that was a scary thing to see. You know, he could have came down wrong, but it's all worth it. He gets the first down here. Wayne Hills is in some great position to really get some points on the board here.
Yeah, we see the referees moving the chains there, and it's really the extra effort that Shunky put in on that play to jump over the offensive and defensive line. He could have just simply ran it up the middle, but he put in the extra effort, and it really paid off for that first down for Wayne Hills. And now there's the handoff to Schiller, and we just saw that quickness. He exploded out of the backfield for the 2-yard gain there.
Now back to that Shunky play. That didn't look like it was a pure jump. I think that he might have propelled off somebody in the line. That was one of the weirdest, you know, you talk about lucky bounces. He really propelled off one of the linemen and got them the first down, and that was much needed for this Wayne Hills team.
Yeah, 2nd and 7 coming up here. 8 minutes left in the third quarter. 7-3, Pascack Valley in the lead. But we see Wayne Hills, they're driving down the field here, Max.
Yeah, Wayne Hills, you know, this is a typical Wayne Hills drive.
And there's the play action. Olsen steps up in the pocket, and he's just going to get sacked by this Pascack Valley defense. It looks like 4 or 5 guys landed on top of him there.
That's just, they were trying to get to PV. PV was trying to get to Olsen this whole game, but there's a flag on the play. What's the call?
I don't know, but it doesn't look like Kevin Olsen's very happy. He has his arms out like, what happened? I don't know. And the PV crowd erupts. It looks like it's going to be a penalty on this Wayne Hills offense.
That's a real momentum killer after that huge play by Shunky. It's like you put your body on the line just for the yards to be taken back. Now, we'll see how Wayne Hills responds. Look for them to go deep here and make up those yards that they just lost.
Yeah, and it was almost like a double penalty on that play because Kevin Olsen got sacked, lost a couple yards, and then added on to that, there was a penalty which pushed them back even more. So it's going to be third and really long here coming up for Wayne Hills.
You would figure after that first half, Kevin Olsen will be playing with a chip on his shoulder. We'll see how he can execute it right here. Maybe he could read, because if you see they're going with that man coverage again. See if Pascack Valley's going to blitz those linebackers.
And there's the handoff up the middle to Shunky. Tries to pick up some yards, picks up about 10, but that is not nearly enough to pick up the first down with 7 minutes, 15 seconds left in the third quarter.
Now, if you're Wayne Hills, that's discouraging, because if that gain happened in the current field position where that penalty did not happen, if that penalty didn't happen and you gained those kind of yards, you would have been in the red zone. And, you know, Wayne Hills, they really need to avoid stupid penalties like that, because that is something that could make or break a game, especially in the state semis.
Yeah, Mossel gets set to punt the ball here. There's a big kick. The ball's in the air deep. Really kicked the ball there, but it is going to bounce into the end zone, and Pascack Valley is going to take the ball from the 20-yard line.
Now, Kyle Schneider, look for him to take over control right now. Wayne Hills with a very good drive like that. If that penalty hadn't happened, Wayne Hills could have easily scored a touchdown there. Kyle Schneider needs to extend the lead for his team right here, and that is to get a couple of big games and score that touchdown like they did earlier.
And what is this? It looks like the offense is stepping back onto the field for Wayne Hills. We see Kevin Olsen on the field. There was a penalty on Pascack Valley, it seems. Roughing the kicker, I've been informed. So it's going to be Wayne Hills' ball, and that is a big break for this Wayne Hills offense. After they had 3rd and 25, they knew that they were just going to have to punt the ball away, and Pascack Valley just gives them a gift, and now it's Wayne Hills' ball on the Pascack Valley 30-yard line.
Wayne Hills, you know, now they have a chance to redeem themselves here. Let's see what they can do.
And Kevin Olsen with the play action. He's got Manenti running after him. He's running away, and he picks up about 1 yard on the play there, but there's a flag on the play. Let's see what it is.
Mementi chasing him down. Olsen has beaten Mementi in 3 or 4 foot races there, and that's incredible.
Yeah, especially because Manenti's the very talented tight end, so you know he has a lot of speed when he's on offense, and that speed carries over to when he's on defense too, playing at the defensive end position. But Kevin Olsen, he has that underrated athleticism, and he really knows how to round the corner and pick up some extra yards when he needs to. But there was it seemed like an unnecessary roughness call on Manenti, so it's going to be another first down for Wayne Hills, and the penalty yards are just really racking up against this Pascack Valley team.
Yeah, it's getting pretty personal between these two teams, and it's great to see right here. Look for them to take out all their anger on the field.
And there's the handoff to Schiller, and it looks like he picked up about 2 yards there. And really, my ears just popped. This crowd was going crazy. I couldn't hear myself think. They really know that we are going for a big play here for Wayne Hills.
Yeah, you know, you love to see all the fans come out and support their kids, and you know, right now Wayne Hills needs the momentum. Down 7-3, they're in scoring position right now, and we'll see how they can capitalize.
They're stomping their feet, screaming and yelling, and that's something I always love to see. I love it when the crowd gets into it. Really lets these players know that this is the big game, state semifinals. Really great thing to see from this Wayne Hills crowd.
Now the Patriots, they have the ball on the 10-yard line, I believe. Right now, what are you gonna do? What play are you gonna call? I mean, this is a very good position for Wayne Hills. You've got time on your side, and you have field position on your side. It's 7-3. You could go up with a touchdown. What are you gonna do?
Well, more importantly than what Wayne Hills is gonna do, I think we got to see what Pascack Valley is going to do. They called that timeout for the coach to rally the troops together and ask them, what's going on here? We could have had the ball back. We have that big penalty that of roughing the kicker to give Wayne Hills the first down. Then another just boneheaded, unnecessary roughness play that gave Wayne Hills another first down. And now Wayne Hills is in the red zone looking to strike, and Pascack Valley might have just blown this game on this drive right here.
Yeah. Necessarily in the first half, Pascack Valley's defense steered the whole game. You know, they really had Wayne Hills right where they wanted him on each and every drive. You know, and right now, it's turned the corner. Something happened in that Wayne Hills locker room that got them to really just push and, you know, put that extra mile in and get those extra yards, and it's been working out for them.
And there's the handoff to Schiller. He tries to get to the outside, but number 1, Brendan Morrissey, will not allow him to do so, and it is going to be a crucial 3rd down coming up here for Wayne Hills.
He made a great play there getting into the backfield. He's a strap and a little bit of a juke, gets to Schiller. He's not a big guy, so it was smart that he goes low and takes down the legs. And that was a great play there, stopping any further, you know, stopping that Wayne Hills momentum, getting things back to their side, and they're going to try to really take control right here.
Yeah, 3rd and 8 coming up here from the 13-yard line. Wayne Hills definitely going to try to make a big play happen. And there's the handoff to Shunky, and there's a fumble on the play. It's recovered by Pascack Valley. Kyle Zhang recovers the fumble. He's getting to the outside. He is running up the sideline, and the whole bench is running with him. He's got a lot of blockers. He's cutting back and forth, showing off those running back moves, and he takes the ball all the way to the 25-yard line, and that is definitely the singular biggest play in this game so far, Max.
It is electric. I think I just saw somebody fly up to the sky in that bleachers. What a play. The ball pops out of Shunky's arm. You know, very unfortunate there for Wayne Hills, and recovered. And the worst person to really recover that fumble was Zhang. Knowing that speed and that power, he takes it all the way back. Pascack Valley turns the corner and puts Wayne Hills defense in the position that their defense was just in. What a play by Pascack Valley, helping their own cause.
And really how the tables have turned. Wayne Hills had the ball in the red zone, looking to strike. They're ready to score. And what was the play call there? It was 3rd and 8, and they run it up the middle on a fullback dive. What could they have been thinking? You need to pass the ball in that situation. And now it's going to be Pascack Valley ball on Wayne Hills' 25-yard line, as you see a handoff up the middle for about 1 yard on the play there.
It needs an immediate turnover. They need a big stop. They need something right now, because that was just a momentum killer. You know, if you're Wayne Hills, you can look at the body language on this Wayne Hills sideline. They're stiff right now. They need a big stop. You know, they need a score or something as soon as possible. They need to turn the ball over and get back to where they were.
Yeah, 4 minutes, 30 seconds left in this 3rd quarter. And you're right, Max. The crowd is really a great symbol of how this team is doing. When the team's doing great, you hear them cheering, you hear the crowd rumbling. But now it seems like the life has been sucked out of them, and it's really something you don't want to see if you're Wayne Hills. There's the handoff to Garcia. He's getting to the outside, looking for room, and it looked like he picked up the 1st down there.
A little bit of urgency from these Wayne Hills linebackers. Chris Garcia with a great run. You saw him stall there, put his hand on Coleman's back and push him into the defensive end. That's a leadership quality right there. They all go to war together, and a great play there by Garcia.
Yeah, and 1st and 10 coming up here for this Pascack Valley offense with 4 minutes, 13 seconds left in the 3rd quarter. They're up 7-3, Max, and I think they're going to try to extend that lead here.
This is a very good situation if you're PV.
And there's another handoff to Garcia up the middle, and it is a touchdown, Pascack Valley. But there's a flag on the field. This one might be coming back.
Now Pascack Valley in a great position. First, let's see what the call is. PV right now with it. I've just received word that they did not score. Oh, are they going to call that one a touchdown?
Definitely a lot of confusion, but it looks to me like it is a touchdown. They put the 6 points on the board. It is 13-3, Pascack Valley, 4 minutes left, and they're getting ready to kick the extra point here. And the kick is good. 14-3 with 4 minutes, 7 seconds left in the 3rd quarter. And really, these last 2 drives were a killer for this Wayne Hills team.
You know, they had it right where they wanted it. So close. They had a taste of that end zone. And that's just the game of football. You know, tides have turned, and a fumble recovery, and here comes PV. They score 14-3, 4:07 to go in the 3rd quarter. And, you know, if you're Wayne Hills, what are you thinking?
Wayne Hills needs to be thinking, last time we had the ball, we put together a great drive until the very end where we put the ball on the ground. So now when they get the ball, they need to look to continue that success, learn from what they did on that drive to continue it and try to move the ball down the field, get into the red zone again. They got to understand that's not the only time in this game they'll be in the red zone. They will have more opportunities to score the football.
They could have taken the lead there. Now, Pascack Valley looking to send it deep. But right now, Wayne Hills is in a bad position.
And here's the kick. And here's the return. It's coming up the middle. Gets to about the 35-yard line. A good return there for Steve Pasterla.
Yeah, he's also a running back, but they mainly keep him at linebacker because he's fantastic at linebacker. You know, sometimes you don't get to see these players on both sides of the ball because they're so good at one side. Now, Wayne Hills right now needs to answer. What happened last drive, unfortunate. Shake it off and have a typical Wayne Hills drive. You know, a long drive with a great couple third down conversions, a deep pass to punctuate it.
Yeah, there's 16 minutes left in this game, and they need to understand that that's an eternity in football time. They need to really move the ball down the field. They can take their time in this drive, try to score the football. And now there's the handoff to Rodriguez. He tries to spin off the defender, but is unable to, and picks up no yards on the carry there.
A questionable call there for the Patriots running the ball again. You know, they should have gone for a pass because that seemed to have been working for them all game long. The run game has been completely shut down, and I don't know what they were thinking there.
Yeah, it's really a tough decision for a coach because you don't want to abandon the run and just become an all-passing team because that can become dangerous. But you can't keep running the ball up the middle when this Pascack Valley just swallows up the running back every time he goes there. And now there's the play action. Olsen's going to throw it deep. There's the ball in the air, and it is intercepted. Going to be Pascack Valley ball. That crowd is going crazy on that other sideline over there.
Wow, the break that Pascack Valley needs. And right when Hills, you know, they get the ball back after that huge fumble turnover, an interception on the deep ball. It's coming down, the moment of truth. Pascack Valley comes down with it, and now they have the ball up 14-3, ball on their own 34. And man, that is a real momentum crusher for Wayne Hills.
And Brendan Morrissey really coming up big in the second half. We saw him earlier on the goal line drive. He stopped Robbie Schiller from getting to the outside, which would have most likely scored a touchdown. And now we saw him there get the interception, a key defensive player for Pascack Valley here.
Before the game, I said, watch this kid, didn't I, Eric?
I don't recall that, Max. But now here's Garcia taking the ball on the outside, and it's looking like he's getting a big run here. And he's just going to keep going, taken out of bounds at about the Wayne Hills 43-yard line.
Garcia with a great run there down the sidelines. He broke free from that Wayne Hills secondary and just used his speed to propel down the sideline. You know, Pascack Valley has a ball right where they need it right now. And if they can capitalize, they can put this game out of reach.
And it's crazy how 2 minutes ago, it really was looking like it was about to become Wayne Hills' game. They were going to take the lead. Looks like they were going to win. And now it looks like Pascack Valley is going to drive the ball up and down the field. And it's a shame what turnovers can do to a football team.
Yeah, football is a game of where a split second can make a difference in your whole season. But it's not over yet. The game is 14-3. With a touchdown, you know, Wayne Hills could be right back in it.
Yeah, it's definitely true, Max. This Wayne Hills defense really needs to try to shut down this Pascack Valley offense. However hard that'll be, they need to do it. They need to get the ball back to this offense so Kevin Olsen can try to lead them down the field, try to score a touchdown.
Right now, it is electric. I have never seen a crowd erupt like this. You know, they're jumping up and down on this PV side. They're excited right now.
And a fumble by Pascack Valley. It looks like it's going to be Wayne Hills' ball, and that is another huge play in this game. We saw no turnovers in that first half, and now in the second half, it's really been a sloppy second half, and Wayne Hills is going to take the ball back on the 44-yard line. They're going to look to do some big things, Max.
That is a gift for Wayne Hills, a complete and utter gift. Kyle Schneider fumbles the ball. You don't usually see that. It was a quarterback sneak, just trying to punch it in there. And Wayne Hills, the tides have turned. Let's see if they can score here.
And literally 5 seconds ago, this Wayne Hills crowd was absolutely silent, and Pascack Valley's crowd was going crazy, and now it is the complete opposite. Wayne Hills is excited. They are optimistic for what's going to happen on this drive. 14-3, there's the pitch to the outside to Schiller. He's looking for some room. Looks like he's going to pick up about 5 yards there on the carry. Good run for Schiller.
I'll tell you what, football's a bipolar game, you know. Back and forth, that fumble, that huge run, the touchdown punched in, and then the interception. All hope looked like it was lost. Now Wayne Hills in a good position right now, and hopefully they can be optimistic that they can punch it in here on this drive.
Yeah, really. With the last couple minutes going all in Pascack Valley's favor, when that fumble hit the ground, you should have heard this Wayne Hills crowd erupt. And immediately the defensive lineman saw the ball, jumped on top of it, gave it back to this Wayne Hills offense. And now here's another pitch to Robbie Schiller to the outside. And he's only able to pick up about a yard there on the carry.
It was a progressive forward movement there, but they pushed them all the way back. You know, they like to do that swarm tackle here at Pascack Valley. That's something they teach. Like I said, Coach Nielsen, Rutgers graduate, defensive end, plays Division I football. He knows what he's doing when it comes to defensive football.
Yeah, now a big 3rd and 5 coming up for this Wayne Hills team on the 50-yard line. They're really going to have to look to move the ball for a first down here.
Yeah, if Wayne Hills could convert on this first down, it would be huge because that's the momentum that they need. Look for Kevin Olsen to air the ball out here and, you know, capitalize.
And we see Olsen dropping back, steps up in the pocket, throws it to Moskal, and it's going to be a first down for Wayne Hills. This crowd is erupting again. 1 minute left in the 3rd quarter, down 14-3, but there is hope for this Wayne Hills offense.
That was a good pick you had. I said, Eric, if you had to pick a clutch player today for Wayne Hills, you said Eric Moskal. He's made 2 big catches, and let's see what he could do further down the stretch in this game.
Yeah, well, we saw Eric Moskal when he played Pascack Valley in the first game, had those 2 big touchdown catches, and we've seen him today making big receptions in the open field, left and right, and now a run up the middle for Rodriguez, and Zank cuts right into the backfield, takes him down immediately.
That was a great play by Zank, you know, really just chipping at the boot of Christian Rodriguez. He trips up, and that's an unfortunate play for Wayne Hills. They need to get right back on their feet and get a big gain here.
Yeah, and it looks like time's winding down here in the 3rd quarter. It's going to be a 2nd and 11 coming up for Wayne Hills. About 20 seconds left. It's going to be time enough for about one more play here in the 3rd quarter.
You know, Wayne Hills, they need to get this first down before the quarter ends, because then they have some time to talk. They don't need to waste the timeout. They could regroup and talk about what they need to do.
And there's the pitch to the outside to Schiller, looking for some blockers. Makes his move, but unable to pick up many yards there. It's going to be about a 3rd and 9 coming up for Wayne Hills. Okay, Max, we'll be back to call all the action in the 4th quarter. For now, let's send it back to the field to Andrew and Mike.
Thanks, Eric. Mike, this second half so far, it's been turnovers. We had a fumble by Christian Rodriguez, interception by Kevin Olsen. Wayne Hills finally got a fumble recovery. You know, they're near their goal, near the red zone. What are they going to need to finally get points on the board?
Well, Andrew, usually the team that wins the turnover battle usually wins the game. In this case, Hills needs to fight back and put the turnovers beside. And I think Hills has a drive going right here, and they need to put something on the board now.
Now, the running game, it's just not there tonight. Should we see a lot more passing in this 4th quarter?
Right, like we said, Andrew, the Pascack front seven's creeping up on the line of scrimmage, so I think they need to drop Kevin back and start throwing the ball.
You know, if they start with the pass game, do you want to see some screens to start it going and then eventually go deep?
Definitely, Andrew. That Pascack rush is fierce right now. If they, throw some screens, they should be successful.
All right. Well, that's it for the, intermission between the 3rd and 4th quarter. Back up to you, Eric.
And we're back here in the 4th quarter. It's 14-3, Pascack Valley in the lead, but Wayne Hills has the ball and looks to march down the field as we start this 4th quarter. See Kevin Olsen drop back, scrambles to the outside, looking for a man. He throws it deep to Hunzinger, and it is caught. A great catch by Kyle Hunzinger, and an even better throw there by Kevin Olsen.
Yo, I said all the seniors got to rise to the occasion. What a catch by Kyle Hunzinger. Awesome play. He's been there for this Wayne Hills team all 4 years. He's progressed, and that was an awesome catch. Hard work pays off right there. Big game, awesome dive, stays in bounds, and Wayne Hills is in the red zone.
Yeah, we saw Kyle Hunzinger in the first game against Pascack Valley have the huge 40-yard reception to start off the game. And now in the 4th quarter, in the second meeting between Wayne Hills and Pascack Valley, we see him with another huge reception and the handoff up the middle for Schiller there for a 1-yard gain.
Like I said, all hope was lost. People were about to leave, saying the game was almost over, as we have the good view of the fans' ear here.
Yeah.
Now, tides have turned. If they have a touchdown here, it'll be 10-14, and Wayne Hills would be in a great position.
Yeah, we're here in the crowd, and this crowd is standing there up on their feet, and really, me and you have to stand up on our feet too just to see the game. This crowd is into the game. They're looking for a touchdown here with 11 minutes in the 4th quarter.
Look for Kevin Olsen, use that It seems that all the great throws that Kevin Olsen has had today have come from him scrambling in the pocket. He has scrambled incredibly, moving to the left of the outside. He's beaten every defensive end and linebacker that's chased him in a foot race. And as you saw in that pass to Moskal and the pass to Hunsinger, he's been great today. He's really stepped to the forefront, relying on his receivers just like his father told him to.
Yeah, Olsen's really been playing well all game long. Hasn't been able to pick up a touchdown pass, though, and maybe that's something we can look for to see from him in the red zone here.
Well, they haven't picked up a touchdown, period. Their run game has been shut down. This is the time where you resort to a quarterback who you've trusted as a sophomore to lead your team to a state championship.
Yeah, now in his senior year, we saw the penalty on Pascack Valley that are moving the ball up 5 yards. It's going to be a 2nd and 4 coming up for Wayne Hills with 10 minutes, 53 seconds left in the game. They're down 14-3 in the red zone. It doesn't get more exciting than this, Max.
Cut the tension with a knife right now. Both sides standing on their feet. It's lined up in the red zone. This is a make or break moment, and you love it in the semifinals.
Eric Moskal in motion. There's the play action, the handoff to Moskal. He's looking around the corner, and he is down at about the 1 yard line, and it looks like a first down, though, for Wayne Hills.
There's been some conversions in this game that could have been a 1 yard gain, and it hasn't worked. So right now we cannot rely on the run game. The Patriots cannot rely on this run game in order to punch it in for the touchdown. If you're the Patriots, sometimes it could be smart to run that screen pass that they've executed so well.
Yeah, actually it's going to be a 3rd and 1 for Wayne Hills with 10 minutes left in the 4th quarter. A very crucial 3rd down coming up here. There's the handoff to Rodriguez. He follows his backs right into the end zone. It's a touchdown for Wayne Hills, making this game 14-9 with 9 minutes, 52 seconds to go. Are you kidding me, Max?
And while the Pascack Valley side was screaming on top of their lungs, they are now dead silent. It is Wayne Hills in the driver's seat right now. That is just what they needed, punching it in. Christian Rodriguez, finally gets that touchdown after all those carries. Wayne Hills finally gets their first touchdown of the game. Everyone's excited right now, and it's 9-14. Hills is still in this. We got ourselves a game.
Yeah, and how many times this season have we seen Christian Rodriguez do just that? Get the big-time carry in the red zone and punch it in for the touchdown. He's just absolutely fantastic at it. And we see the offense is going to remain on the field here for a 2-point conversion. And there's the double end around to Moskal. He's going to throw the ball back to Schiller, and the 2-point conversion is good. That is even crazier than the jump pass touchdown by Pascack Valley. I am shaking with excitement. That play was ridiculous. It is 14-11 now.
Are you kidding me? That was one of the most beautiful plays I have seen in a long time. They do that 2 reverse play. Eric Moskal used to be a quarterback. He resorts to that ability and looks in the corner to Schiller. What a play. Wayne Hills 14-11, taking a risk right there, and it pays off.
There were so many intricacies to that play that could have went wrong, and Wayne Hills just executed absolutely perfectly. With 9 minutes, 52 seconds left in the game, they find themselves down by 3 points, kicking the ball to Pascack Valley, and they're basically telling Pascack Valley, show me what you got.
Now, exactly what they're saying right now. This defense is fired up. They really want to help this offense respond. When you see something like that, you just want to help your offense out. If they could get a stop here, get into field goal range, you're going to look to Eric Martinez to kick a touchback, obviously, and then just pound from there.
And look at this special teams unit for Wayne Hills. They are jumping up and down with excitement. They're ready to make a big play. Every single player on this Wayne Hills team is excited to make the play that can help this team win the game. And now Kyle Zank with the kickoff return. He's running it up the middle. He spins back, and he's taken down at about the 30-yard line. But look for a second there, he might have found some big room and was able to pick up even more yards.
It looked like there was a light in between the special teams there. That was a very close call, and trying to run it through the center. He was almost in the break, using that speed, and that was a close call there. Good play there on the last second by this Wayne Hills special teams.
Yeah, with 9 minutes, 45 seconds left here in the 4th quarter, it's 14-11. Pascack Valley in the lead. They have the ball on the 30-yard line, and they're really going to look to extend this lead here. And there's the pitch to Garcia, a pitch again. and it looks like they're going to try their own double reverse pass, but it is just almost intercepted by Schiller, then almost caught by Ilian, but then it is dropped, and it's going to be second down. A whole lot of excitement on that play there.
Yeah, you're really stealing one from the Patriots playbook there. What do you think Coach Nielsen was trying to do? Show Coach Olsen that he could match him?
Yeah, definitely. He's pretty much saying, you guys have a nice trick play. We have that one in our playbook too, and he tried to pull it out. Wayne Hills couldn't have been expecting it, but Schiller did a great job of covering Ilian, and if Ilian would have been able to catch that ball, though, he could have been off to the races.
This looks like an all-star game with all these trick plays.
And now there's the handoff to Garcia, runs it up the middle, and Cardux just throws him to the ground. It is going to be 3rd and 10 coming up. This Wayne Hills crowd is going crazy. 9 minutes, 30 seconds left in the 4th quarter.
Big Red Ryan Cardux breaking through the line with the biggest tackle of the game. You know, Kevin Olsen, you see him running to get his helmet. This whole team's fired up. Everybody's jumping. Right now, Wayne Hills is in the driver's seat. They got the pedal to the metal, and right now, if they get this stop here, it could be over.
Yeah, it will be pandemonium in the crowd. After seeing the great touchdown, then the great 2-point conversion, if they can get a 3-and-out here, I don't know how much excitement this crowd can handle.
It's been back and forth.
And now here's the play action. Schneider drops back, looking for Ilian, and he finds his man. It's going to be a 1st down and more for this Pascack Valley team, out to about the 45-yard line.
You see Cardux make that great play, and a great 1st down there for PV. Ilian goes deep. Cardux makes the play, the big tackle before that. Ilian, you know, using that speed to get open. Schneider finds him. They got that 1st down, and now they have a drive of their own.
Yeah, really, Pascack Valley's done a great job all night of converting on 3rd down, and we saw them do more of that on that play. On 3rd and 8, Schneider drops back, looks for his man, Kevin Ilian, does a great job of getting him the ball, and they're going to look to extend this drive even further. And now another handoff to Garcia, and he's only able to pick up about a yard on the carry there.
Yeah, that was a great job there by Wayne Hills. They haven't been able to do much on stopping Garcia. He's had some big games here. You hear about a kid who averages 200 yards per game, you're going to want to adjust your defense in order to stop him.
Yeah, we see Nick Galizia running off the field here. It looks like he had some helmet troubles, and they're going to have to send in another defensive lineman. It looks like they only have 10 men on the field right now.
Right now, Wayne Hills needs this stop. Pascack Valley needs to resort to the arm of Kyle Schneider, and we'll see what happens here.
And there's the handoff to the fullback up the middle, picks up only 1 yard again. It's going to be another 3rd and 8 with 7 minutes and 30 seconds left in the 4th quarter for this Pascack Valley team.
Schneider's a magician. I thought that was a play action fake 4 to 5 different times that he's run that play. He hands the ball off and makes it look like he hands the ball off to Butler, makes it look like he's about to run the play action. What a job, well executed, only to no avail, gaining 1 yard here. They need to get this 1st down.
Yeah, we've seen every quarterback in the country fake the handoff and throw the ball, but how many quarterbacks know how to hand it off and make it look like they're throwing the ball? Schneider is an absolute magician, a regular David Copperfield there. And Pascack Valley calls another timeout, and they're only going to have 1 left. And if we come down the stretch and they need their timeouts, they're not going to have them, Max.
Yeah, Pascack Valley, you know, they timeouts, they're very savored in this game of football. You think about some of their biggest plays, and if team Doug Flutie's deep ball, they only had 1 timeout left, and they called it. You know, right now, this is a game that's going to come down to every last second, and it's looking good right now for Wayne Hills. They're calling a timeout. They have a very vast majority of plays in that huge playbook, and, you know, who knows what they're going to throw at this Wayne Hills defense right now.
Yeah, and it was very interesting to see how midway through the 3rd quarter, it looked like this game was over. It looked like Pascack Valley had the game in the palm of their hands. They were up 14-3. They were driving down the field, and then they turned the ball over. Wayne Hills gets the ball. They find a way to score, and then get the 2-point conversion, make it 14-11, and now it is anyone's game here, Max.
Yeah, you know, football, the tides have turned. This football game, the tides have turned so many times. It's been back and forth, and it's great to see. And what better place to happen than in the state semifinals with a trip to the Meadowlands on the line?
Yeah, Schneider, play action, and the pass is completed. It's going to be another first down and more. Pass completed to number 22, Billy Beatty, and Pascack Valley doing a great job of driving the ball down the field here, Max.
Wow, really stealing the momentum there from that Wayne Hills defense. You know, Wayne Hills was really on a roll with that defense, limiting them to 1 to 2 yard games. Kyle Schneider really rolls into the pocket there, looks for his receivers, takes his time. A great job by that PV offensive line, giving Schneider that time to find his receivers.
And for the second time on this drive, Wayne Hills does a great job of forcing PV into a 3rd and 8 situation. And for the second time, Kyle Schneider finds his man and picks up the first down through the air. And now on the 23-yard line, he's looking for his man again, picks up about 4 yards there on the pass.
Wayne Hills, you know, their defense really needs to step up right now. They haven't had very much success as a red zone defensive team. They usually like to make their big plays around the 50-yard line as a defensive team. Right now is the time to step up. Right now is to pull out all the stocks. Right now they need to stop. They need their defensive line to come through, beat that nose guard position and get to Schneider, which they've only been able to do once, and it resorted into a fumble, which ended up being a touchdown and made the game 14-11.
And now Schneider under center, hands it off to Zank. He jumps over a man. He's trying to carry the ball further and further, and the ball is on the ground. The ball is on the ground. The refs are going to try to get into the middle of that pile, and they say it was recovered by Pascack Valley. But imagine if that ball was recovered by Wayne Hills, what this crowd would have done.
That could have been the game changer. Great job there by Kyle Ilian, really making the great play to recover the fumble. You know, you don't see that from a wide receiver. I mean, thankfully he was blocking through the center. He came through the center to really block Falzerano at the safety position. The ball comes loose, he's the first one on it, and his drive is still alive.
Yeah, we saw Zank with a great carry there to pick up the first down, and then he puts the ball on the ground, and everyone just tried to swarm on top of it, but we saw great grit from Ilian, the wide receiver, to really jump in there and be the first one to get to the ball to recover that fumble.
Pascack Valley is going to call a timeout right now. Coach Nielsen is going to try to get through to his team. You know, every time he's called a timeout while they were in the red zone, it's ended up with 7 points for this Pascack Valley team.
Yeah, and that is their 3rd and final timeout, and really Coach Nielsen for Pascack Valley is pretty much saying, this is it. We need to score here to try to put Wayne Hills away, try to make it so Wayne Hills doesn't have a chance. And this Wayne Hills defense, they're thinking exactly the opposite. This is their time to strike. They just made Pascack Valley put the ball on the ground. They're going to try to do it again. It's 1st and goal from the 6-yard line for this Pascack Valley team, and it's going to be some big plays coming up here, Max.
Everybody in the crowd's holding their breath here, waiting to see what happens. You know, you see parents crossing their fingers, really hoping for the best right now. This is a high-stakes situation. Trip to the Meadowlands on the line, along with your high school football career. It doesn't get any bigger than this.
Yeah, 5 minutes left in the 4th quarter. 1st and goal from the 6-yard line. We see Pascack Valley with the lead, 14-11, trying to extend it to a 2-possession game. Schneider approaching the center. Play action. There's the pass. And Kyle Hunzinger makes a great play to chase down number 37, Jimmy Butler, for Pascack Valley. And it's going to be 2nd and goal coming up for Pascack Valley here.
Speed from the fullback position by Butler. Great job there getting open and getting some extra yards. Pascack Valley is in a good position there on the 4-yard line.
1-yard line.
1-yard line right now. Wayne Hills, they need to send all dogs loose. Everybody needs to blitz. You know, they need to make a huge play here.
2nd and goal from the 1. And how crazy would it be if PV tries to execute another one of those running back jump passes? Zank is in the backfield. They hand it off to Zank. He runs up the middle. He jumps over the top. And
flag on the play. That's not a touchdown.
yeah, they're going to pull that touchdown away, moving the ball further and further back. And what a break for this Wayne Hills team. It would have been 22-11 if they were able to score that touchdown, but because of the untimely penalty for this Pascack Valley team, it's going to be a 2nd and 6 coming up here. 4 minutes, 19 seconds left in the game.
That was an early holiday present there for Wayne Hills, moving the ball back, because who knows? That was a touchdown right there, and if they didn't get that lucky call, this game could be in the books.
Yeah, but you have to wonder how much that penalty really affected the play of the scoring touchdown by Zanka on the run. And now it is 2nd and 6 and goal pretty much from the 6-yard line. Schneider in the shotgun, drops back with the throw. Another flag on the play, though, as the pass is incomplete.
That's going to look like a holding call on Pascack Valley. And we talked about stupid penalties. You cannot make penalties in the state semifinals. That is something that you want to avoid. I mean, that could make or break a team, and it has nothing to do with skill.
And it's not just in the state semifinals, but in the state semifinals with a chance to stretch your lead to a 2-possession lead in the red zone. 2nd and goal from the 1. They get the touchdown, but then it gets pulled back, and then they get another 10-yard penalty, and they're 15-yard penalty, and they're going to be all the way on the 22-yard line.
To think that they were on the 1-yard line before this play. Wow, what a turn of events.
And now Schneider's in the shotgun, gets the snap, drops back. He's going to throw it in the air, and it looks like they're going to try to call a defensive pass interference on Eric Moskal.
It looked like a little bit of shoving while the ball was in the air still. And, it looked like an empty receiver. And you don't see that with Kyle Schneider. So it looks like that's where the call comes into play. You don't see him throw to empty space.
So you're saying that Schneider likes to throw it in the jam space. I can't see a quarterback who doesn't like to throw it to open receivers.
He likes to run the ball up when there's no open receivers.
And now 4 minutes left in the game. It is 14-11. Pascack Valley has the ball with a 1st and goal coming up here.
This is intense. Right now, both teams thriving off momentum. It's been back and forth this whole game, and it all comes down to this. 4:09 to go. Ball on the 10-yard line here for PV. Let's see what they can do.
And now here's the handoff to Garcia, and he is taken down immediately by Ryan Cardux. Ryan Cardux coming up big here today.
Cardux really making his presence felt. He had that injury. That's been the key for this Wayne Hills team. They've been having plenty of injuries, and the guy's coming back with some momentum. Today, Ryan Cardux, in the 2nd half, he comes out firing 2 great tackles and really putting some momentum under this Wayne Hills defense.
And 3 minutes, 36 seconds left in the game. 2nd and 12 coming up here for this Pascack Valley team. And it's not 2nd and goal. They do have a 1st down marker to try to get to. And Schneider with the throw to Ilian. He's going to try to run it up the sideline, tries the cutback, but a great open field tackle there by Connor Michelle.
Connor Michelle goes for the legs there. He was off balance a little bit, so he tries to chop the legs off. A great play. Ilian was 1 cut away from getting some open space that could have potentially led Pascack Valley to a score.
Yeah, now a huge 3rd down coming up here. 3rd and 7 for Pascack Valley, up by 3 points, 3 minutes left. They have no timeouts left. They're going to try to talk this over in the huddle really quickly. They need to try to get a big play here, Max.
I don't understand why they wouldn't go for the field goal here and take it up by 3. That's a questionable call, but right now, Wayne Hills needs to stop.
And there's the play action. Throws it back to Menenti, his first catch of the game, and it is a touchdown for Pascack Valley. The score is 22-11 with 2 minutes, 30 seconds left, and look at that Pascack Valley crowd erupt.
Wow! And, Wayne Hills had all the momentum on their side. Pascack Valley, we said Mementi was relatively quiet. He makes that catch for a touchdown. Now, it's a 20-11 game. Pascack Valley really taking advantage of a key opportunity there.
Yeah, and Wayne Hills has had some magic in the last 2 seasons, and don't be surprised if they pull a little other trick out of the hat as the kick is not good. It is not going to be good. The score is 20-11. There's 2 minutes, 32 seconds left in the game. Wayne Hills is going to get the ball back, but it's going to be a 2-possession game, Max. So they're going to have to get it back, score, go for an onside kick, get it back again, and then score again, Max.
Well, we noticed about the successful drives of this Wayne Hills team, all of them have been long possession drives. So right now, Wayne Hills needs to take this one quick. They need to get it to a deep receiver. It's clutch. Do or die right now, and you love to see this.
Yeah, we see Kevin Olsen on the sideline. He knows what he needs to do here. They're going to have to air the ball out, get huge chunks of yards every single time that they drop back, and try to score a touchdown in about that 1 minute 15 range to try to get the onside kick, get the ball back with enough time to score another touchdown or field goal.
Wayne Hills, they need a big return here. 2:32, you know, that was a really time-eating possession that Pascack Valley had. And turn of events after turn of events.
And there's the kick, recovered by Moskal, running it up the middle, finds some extra room, gets it to about the 45-yard line. A huge return for Eric Moskal there.
Moskal, you know, with that excellent return, really giving Wayne Hills some great field position. Look for them to air it out early in this one.
And that's really the great start to this drive. It all starts with the field position. Now that they're at the 45-yard line, that can almost count as their first big pass, you could think. Because if they started at the 20, they'd have to get a 25-yard pass to get to where they are now. Now they're 55 yards away from the end zone. They can try to throw the ball deep every single play, try to score as soon as possible. We see Olsen in the shotgun, looking for a man, throws it to Moskal, who catches the ball, gets out of bounds. A nice 8-yard reception there from Moskal.
Great reception there, but they need you know, they're going for these short passes to stop the time, not waste too many timeouts, because you know if they score here, they're going to go for that onside kick, and right now it's neck and neck. 2:22 to go. 2011 state semifinals, and it's coming down to this. A 2-possession game. Wayne Hills, Kevin Olsen in the shotgun.
Kevin Olsen, like you said, in the shotgun. He's going to dump it off to Rodriguez, who's going to pick up some extra yards and gets out of bounds and picks up the first down. Another great play by Christian Rodriguez.
Coach Olsen really seeming composed in this situation. You know, he wants to go out on top, but he's keeping himself cool and collected right now. He knows what he needs to do to propel these Wayne Hills Patriots to victory. He knows he needs to gather his thoughts, not let his mind race right now. With 2:17 to go in this game, it's a 2-possession game, but we've seen stranger things happen. You know the miracle at the Meadowlands. All these things have happened for Wayne Hills football history. It's been 8 state championships. Coach Olsen knows what he's doing.
And now Olsen in the shotgun again, airs it out to Moskal, but overthrows him by just a tad there.
Yeah, that was an overthrow. Inconvenient there for Wayne Hills. He's trying to get that quick touchdown. Doesn't eat too much time away. You know, they need some time to talk and think about what they're going to do for this next play, because they need to score a touchdown in 2 to 3 plays right now.
And Moskal really did a good job of getting open, and it's rare that you see Kevin Olsen miss a receiver like that.
I think that was just a little miscommunication. Maybe, I mean, you never know what happened. Right now, Kevin Olsen needs to shake that one off, regroup, and come back.
And there's the pass to Schiller, gets to the outside, makes another move, picks up the first down, but he is inbound, so the clock is going to continue running. And it's going to be a big play coming up here in the 4th quarter. Wayne Hills just got the first down. They're down 20-11, 2 minutes, 7 seconds left.
Wayne Hills not handing the ball off, knowing that consumes time.
And now the pass batted down by Mike Manenti, the really fantastic defensive lineman / tight end for Pascack Valley. We saw him score the touchdown on that other drive, and now he does a great job of batting the ball down, and now it's going to be 2nd and 10 with 2 minutes left coming up here for Wayne Hills.
The season rides on these next couple plays right now. Pascack Valley really looking to control it here. Kevin Olsen has made some great receptions here. What do you think he's going to do?
Actually, Kevin Olsen hasn't made a single reception. He's been making great passes, but Kevin Olsen's gonna have to try to move the ball down the field. They've been going with a lot of short passes. It's time for them to take a chance, throw it 20, 30 yards down the field like Kevin Olsen always can. And he's gonna dump it off to Rodriguez again. And the ball's on the ground. It's gonna be an incomplete pass, and the clock's gonna be stopped at 1:54 left in the 4th quarter.
third down here. It's a precarious situation right now. Do or die. Wayne Hills, look for them to go deep. You know, Kevin Olsen, he's been executing that deep ball when it's needed.
Yeah, 3rd and 10, it is going to be huge for Wayne Hills. Luckily for them, they're in that 4-down territory where if they don't pick up the first down here, they can still go for it and try to pick up the first down on the next play.
Yeah, Wayne Hills right now, what they need is a successful big gain. They cannot eat up any more time away. It's 1:54 to go left in the game.
And now Olsen looking for a man. He's going to scramble away from the defensive lineman, throws it deep, and just throws it away. And it's going to be 4th and 10 coming up for Wayne Hills. And now they have an interesting situation because if they go for the field goal, it'll be about a 48-yarder, which is within Eric Martinez's range. It's going to be a long one, but I think he can make that type of kick. Or they could try to go for it on 4th and 10 and really make this the play of the game.
Go for it on 4th and 10. Kevin Olsen, this is his time to shine. This could be his last high school play. Let's have him go for it. Go for the deep ball. You know, it's do or die right now. Why not?
And it looks like the coaches are going to call a timeout to really get the best play call possible in there to let this offense know what they need to do on 4th and 10, down 20-11 with a minute 47 left in this game. It's going to be a big play coming up here, Max.
Yeah, right now, the whole season has been riding on this one moment. Every second of practice, every hour in the weight room. You know, it all rides down right here. Pascack Valley hasn't been in this position in a while. They can make their first state championship with a stop here. Their first state championship since 1990.
And Olsen in the shotgun. Rodriguez on his side. I see the lineman get set. Olsen gets the ball. He's going to throw the pass, and it is caught. A first down for Wayne Hills. Eric Moskal with the biggest catch in this game, and this drive is still alive, and Wayne Hills' hopes of winning this game are still alive as well, Max.
Wayne Hills has relied on Eric Moskal, and he has come through every single time. You know, when you ask Coach Olsen about Eric Moskal, he always says, what's not to like about this kid? Eric Moskal has all 4 years worked so hard. You know, he played varsity as a sophomore, and he has been the man to rely on, especially in a situation like this.
And Olsen in the shotgun again. He's looking for room. A lot of defensive pressure, and he's just going to be taken down. A minute 35 left in this game. Now, Wayne Hills is within field goal range, and they need to get a field goal and a touchdown. Do you think they should try to kick a field goal right here and then go for the onside kick, give themselves a minute 35 to try to score a touchdown?
I think that if I'm Wayne Hills right now, I kick the field goal, put all my big guns out for an onside kick, and go for that Peyton Manning-like spiral that Kevin Olsen is famous for. He was recruited from Miami for no other reason other than that huge arm he has. He could get the ball downfield in a short period of time, and that's what they should use him for.
Yeah, and Wayne Hills uses their 3rd and final timeout of this game. A minute 35 left. They're down 20-11. They have the ball on the 22-yard line. They're looking to strike as soon as possible, Max.
You know, this could be the last moment for all of these Wayne Hills Patriots seniors. Right now, it's do or die. Everybody's on the edge of their seat. It's electric here in Hillsdale.
And now Olsen throwing the ball deep in the air. It's up there, and it's going to go right into the crowd. But it looked like there might have been a big push there by the defensive back, for Pascack Valley, but no pass interference call. Why do you think that is, Max?
They're trying to keep this one going, a pass interference call. When you look back in time and you say, oh, who won the state semis? And it's all decided by a pass interference call. I don't think referees like that. Right now, 1:30, that would have been a questionable call. Pascack Valley, the crowd is literally on fire right now.
Not literally, but metaphorically, Max. But and now we see Olsen in the shotgun, dropping back. He's going to try to dump it off the Carducks, but really just throws him a bounce pass. And now it's going to be a huge play coming up for Wayne Hills, down 20-11 with a minute 26 left, and it is 4th down, Max.
Everyone's confused right now here in the crowd. Why would he do that, go for that short pass? Obviously in a position right now, it's 4th down. I mean, maybe spike it and save some time or just set up for the field goal. I don't know. But Eric Martinez needs to sink this one in order to keep the Wayne Hills season alive. He has been their ace kicker, and he needs to come through right now.
Yeah, 39-yard kick here for Eric Martinez. Down 20-11, minute 26 left in the game. Let's see what he does here. The ball's down, it's a good snap, the kick is up, and it is well short, and this game is pretty much over. Wayne Hills has no way of stopping the clock. Pascack Valley will take the ball back with the lead, 20-11, a minute 22 left. That's all she wrote, really, Max.
22 years since Pascack Valley has concealed their spot in the state finals at the Meadowlands, and it's a green wave in that crowd. They're going nuts. Flags are going crazy, and the Miami University signs held up. For some reason, this Pascack Valley team is on fire right now. They're excited, they've got the lead, they've got time on their side, and they're headed to the state championship.
Yeah, we see them setting up in the victory formation there, and Kyle Schneider just takes a knee, and the clock is gonna tick, and we see this Wayne Hills crowd getting ready to file out, and that Pascack Valley crowd is really staying the course of this game. They're excited to maybe even storm the field as this game ends.
Kyle Schneider is the hero tonight with 1:02 left. And now the crowd is literally erupting. This team has gone through hell and back. For the past 22 years, they haven't had a legitimate great spot in the playoff. And right now, they could cement themselves into the Meadowlands on December 16th, I think.
And it is ridiculous of how stories can be written and rewritten within one game. Kyle Schneider starts off the game playing great, really making things happen, and then he turns the ball over, gives Wayne Hills a chance to win the game. And then towards the end of the game, when they're only up by 3 points, he finds a way to find his great tight end, Mike Manenti, for the touchdown pass to make this game 20-11. And that's really what did it for this Pascack Valley team to win the game. And they pour the Gatorade on the coach. The fans are celebrating. The players are celebrating. The clock is not run down yet, but it's just about over. And now as the clock strikes 0, this game is over, 20-11, Pascack Valley.
They're storming the field one by one. Pascack Valley, for the first time since 1990, is headed to the state championship. And what a tense field throughout this one. Both teams really need to keep their heads held high. What a fight to the end. For both teams, both deserve a spot in that game. You know, hats off to both of them. Pascack Valley, the bigger team, coming up the victors here.
Yeah, but Wayne Hills, it was really a storied season. They didn't have the best season they've had in a while, actually probably the worst season they've had in a while, and it was all because of the injury to star quarterback Kevin Olsen. He comes back in the playoffs, leads them to a big victory against Hackensack 2 weeks ago, comes in here. It looked like they might have had enough to win the game, but just fell short.
No, it was a close one to the end, and that fumble decided it all. It was back and forth. You know, emotions were swung. These seniors, they love their high school football career, and they were literally putting their bodies on the line to keep it going. Pascack Valley, for the first time since 1990, are headed to the state finals, and it is electric here in Hillsdale.
Yeah, I don't think they ever want to go home, Max. I mean, these fans can't believe it. They know what this win means. We see the players jumping up and down, having a great time on the field for Pascack Valley, and we see them for Wayne Hills really taking their helmets off. They're kind of sad. It's not the best way to end Coach Olsen's career here.
Coach Chris Olsen, he has probably cemented himself as one of the greatest coaches in the nation's history. He is a high school coach who has really led some of the best talented teams, but he has bred them here at Wayne Hills High School. You know, he's going to be surely missed. Who knows who's going to take over? Coach Olsen is really a hero here. He is practically looked up to by all here at Wayne Hills High School, and you know, he will surely be missed here at Wayne Hills. All the seniors along, they all said their goodbyes. Everybody knows him. He's nationwide known for what he does here, and he's one of the best coaches in the nation, and he will surely be missed.
Yeah, and with that 2011 victory for Pascack Valley, also you can look at the other way, the 2011 loss for this Wayne Hills team, that will be the end of the Olsen dynasty. There will be no more Olsens walking through the door at Wayne Hills. This is the last game in Kevin Olsen's storied career, the last game in Coach Olsen's storied career as a coach. And now let's send it to the field to Andrew and Mike for post-game reactions.
All right, Mike. You know, Wayne Hills, no one would have thought of this outcome, losing 20-11 to Pascack Valley. What are your thoughts on Olsen's as coach last game? He's been here for 26 years, going out like this.
Well, you know, sometimes there's just too much talent on the field, Andrew. And, you know, Coach Olsen's illustrious career, so many achievements. It's a shame to go out this way, but his team gave everything they got, battled adversity throughout the whole season, and regardless of the result, I think he still walks away a very proud coach.
You know, this defense played amazing all night, only letting up 20 points. You know, they've let up a lot more than that this season, so they really didn't have their worst game of the season. Just offensively, they couldn't get it done. Well, that's it for tonight. On behalf of the Wayne Hills TV Club, we thank you for watching. I'm here with Mike DiFiore. I'm Andrew Francis, and tune in for the basketball season.